Hello everyone, good night. Com Wiki! How is everyone doing? I'm Wiki, the Weeb, and we are weebing tonight once again. Hello, hope you all had a good beginning of your week with the terrible Monday I had, but I at least hope you guys' Monday was good. And welcome to another stream. Hydration check right in the beginning. Remember to drink your water, people. Welcome, people. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hope everyone's doing fine. So what's going on today? Remember something from the beginning. I will not allow my phone to not be muted this time. Okay. What is the plan for today? As you can read in the title, we have business to do. As you may be aware or not, we did a stream 3 months ago judging which animes from the winter season, which has just ended, would be the best and would be the worst. Basically the same thing we did last week, but for the previous season. And now, with the season over, it's time for us to go back to that spreadsheet. Not spreadsheet, sorry, I am kind of too emotional with spreadsheets, as you might know if you watched any of my worst animes of the year video. That tier list. We're gonna go back to that tier list and see how well did we do with my guessings. And yours also, because some people did opine on those in the previous stream. So yes, that's the plan for today. We don't need to delay much more. It's quite simple what you're gonna do here. So let's get started. Here we are with our beloved ranking from 3 months ago. Now we're gonna discover what is that we got right, wrong, and whatever here. And that's the basic idea. We're gonna, also, you might notice we don't have background sounds. It turns out even with the filters, YouTube could still strike me with the background sounds. None of them were a problem, but, you know, just to be safe, I will not be playing anything. The background sounds for streams on YouTube will need to wait until I don't know, I make my own music, which might happen sooner than you expect. But not in this month, at least. Anyway, so we have here back the spreadsheet. And as always, we're gonna begin from down to up. So we're gonna begin going from the mid. We're gonna judge everything I said was going to be mid and see if I got it right, if I got it wrong, if I was, I don't know, kinda right, kinda wrong, stuff like that. And of course, also, as much as I watch a lot of anime, I couldn't bring myself to watch every single anime of the season. I only watched the first episode of, I wouldn't say most, but half? Maybe half. Maybe half of the stuff in here I only watched the first episode just for the sake of making the seasonal video. So for some of these, we're gonna do a little cheating, gonna see what the mean score for this stuff is on my anime list and stuff like that, to see just how the general public reacted to the anime, to see if I got it kind of right or kind of wrong, right? But to begin, thank you. Thank you. Okay. To begin, we have this thing, the second season of Kyoko Suiri, or Inspector. In the first stream, 3 months ago, I said this stream was going to be mid because I hated the first season. That's the basic thing. I hated the first season. Well, it was completely biased of me to say, but I didn't think many people liked the first season, which I know it's not exactly true. I know a lot of people liked the first season, and also a lot of people didn't. But I thought, well, the second season of this thing is like those second seasons no one was really paying attention to, and I didn't expect much people to really enjoy this thing. And to be honest, I only watched the first episode, which was also a pain in my soul to watch. But maybe someone liked it. I completely hated the first episode. And I have no idea of what happened after that. I saw some places saying that it got better. Not exactly good, but better. I saw one lost clip about a casino owner or something like that. A rich guy shooting the main guy and then getting shocked because he don't die because that's his jig. But yeah, so I have no idea of what Kyoko Suiri looked like in the previous season. So we are already gonna begin with a little bit of cheating. I have here, just to be safe, the mouth open. So we're gonna do a little checking. Let's see if we can find Kyoko Suiri here. Should be around the middle here. Right there it is. okay, the mean score is not bad, right? The mean score for this thing is 7.3. Also, keep in mind, not in touch, that we are right in the ending of the season. The season just ended. It's been less than a week since the season ended. So the scoring here will change a lot in the next few weeks, because a lot of people don't finish their animes right on time when they start airing. Start watching them. Some people save it to watch after the season is over. I would say only about half of the people there truly decided to watch this thing, watched it as it was airing. I mean, not more than half, right? Probably like 70%. But there is a considerable number of people that will only give scores and stuff like that in the next 2 months. So the score here may vary. Maybe some people did enjoy more. Maybe the score will go higher. Maybe it will go lower. We don't know for sure. We are judging based on now only. Having said this, I want to compare you with your previous season. Let's see. The mean score for this thing as it sits, and it was not given by many people. It was given by only 21,000 people. That's not really a lot. That's not really a lot. Especially if you compare with the first season, which had almost 200,000 people. Yeah. So yeah, but it seems to be better than the first season. It shows a better score at least. If we go, let's see the status for this thing. The stats. The total amount of people that plan to watch this thing, yeah, it's colossal. The amount of people that plan to watch this thing compared to the many people that are watching. Oh, we have, it's 50-50. It's interesting. But yeah, we have a big difference between the people that are actually watching and completed and are giving scores with the people that plan to still watch it. So hard to tell. I see you here, Flavin. Where are you? You will appear in chat soon, I know that. Compared to this season. We are doing a bit of comparison here because that's the basis we're gonna have to do anything here. The plan to watch here are different from the completed, okay? So the score here is much more precise compared to everything else. But that does not really matter, we're just doing a bit of comparison here. The drop rates for this one are way higher than the drop rates for this, right? The drop rates here are way shorter, right? We don't have many drops here. Actually, quite few of them. Maybe this number will obviously grow as the time passes. Like all of these numbers here. All of these numbers only tend to grow. But as it stands at the moment, it does not seem to be as bad as the first season. Do I think it's a memorable season because of that? Do I think this thing deserves to go over the mid? Because if you don't remember, if you were not here for the previous streams, mid is not a show that is bad. The mid category here is for animes that are just completely forgettable. People will watch them during the season, maybe after some months after and stuff like that, and they will remember this anime existed for like maybe 1 month of their lives max. That's the thing. Throwing a second season here is already daring because, you know, second seasons, people will probably remember the first season, so, you know, people will eventually remember, oh yeah, this thing had a second season. But also a lot of people will not remember this thing had a second season to begin with. Having said all of that, do I think this thing deserves to get out of mid? No, I don't think it does. My reasoning for that is the amount of people that decided to watch it while it was airing. I know what I said about a lot of people saving to watch later and stuff like that, but when most of the fans of this thing, supposed fans, right, decide to wait, most of the people decide to not watch while it is airing, and only less than a half of these decided to watch, and also some part of them decided to complete it as it's actually finished airing, which was last week? Yeah, it was last Monday, so it's been exactly a week since this anime is over. Given the amount of people that decided, no, I will spend time of my life to watch this as it is airing, compared to the amount of people that, I will save it to watch sometime later after it is over, I would say not enough people were interested in this or making enough noise about this to convince other people to go back to watch it. That's my reasoning for this. So I don't feel like this was amazing enough to convince people to go back and watch it. So I believe this still deserves to stay in mid. Probably in the top mid, of course, because this is a second season. By the end of the day, second seasons are second seasons. They will eventually be remembered just because there was something prior to them. So I think this thing is right in the top of the mid. If people remember it, I would assume it will be on fine. Honestly, I would assume it's on fine, or maybe the bottom of good, but most likely on the middle of fine. For the next one, we have this thing. How do you pronounce the name of this anime? My journey to master the sword, reincarnated in another world, something like that. It's just something to master the sword. The Sekai King that, the fantasy king that died and got reincarnated as a lady in another world just so he could fight instead of being a king. For this one, I really want to throw it in the trash bin. Because I watched 1.5 episodes of this thing. I watched the first episode and I watched some parts of the second and third one, I think, to get enough clips to throw in my video. So yeah, I don't know a lot about it. But the first episode I watched it and I thought, yep, it's an isekai. I didn't feel like there was anything different there. I felt like it was definitely an isekai. One of the isekais ever made. But then again, I would be biased. I would not be biased. And I will say this thing deserves a little evaluation. So let's see how this thing is doing in this season. Here it is. Let me just show us back. Here. 栄を部をこめるため伝説、そして世界最強の見らない騎士。Something. Is this a woman sign? Yes, it is. I can see down here. So yeah, the general score for this thing is not amazing. To have a score of 6.6 says a lot about the anime already. Given, again, we are in the season just recently ended, so it will be a while before this thing has a proper score into it. But yeah, it ended 6 days ago. Some people had enough time to judge it. And the amount of people watching, yeah, the plan to watch here is way lower than watching the completed. This one is a proper seasonal anime compared to second seasons. For second season, people can't save it. Usually people will save it for later, or if it is a rebranding or remastering or anything related to a already existing franchise, people usually can save it to watch way later, like what happened with Black Rock Shooter Downfall. But yeah, this thing is completely new, so not many people hold to watch this thing later. Most people decide to watch while it is airing. Not many drops, I give it that. Compared to the amount of people that actually completed this thing, is not that high of a drop rate. I would say this probably is, what, 5% maybe? At the moment, at least. So yeah, sounds okay-ish? Maybe? I should use another mean of checking this thing out here. Let's go for one tier site. Which one should we use? Anime training or... Let's go for anime training. Yeah. Let's see what we have for anime training here. And I plan on only seeing the last week. I don't care about the other weeks. So here we have the last season. Yeah, I can see the shit taste on this thing already. What the fuck? Okay. I heard something really weird, but let's ignore that. Where is that thing? Here it is. Rewards for Master Blade. Okay, this thing wasn't the 20. It ended the season in 23rd place. It peaked at 13th. So yeah, it was kind of okay, and people just gave up on it, basically. Do I want to say this thing deserves to get out of mid? I mean, I could go check another pool. I could check on Anime Zone. Is the name? No. There's another anime pool that I could check, but honestly, I don't feel like going that far for this thing. And for these animes, we are just doing final thoughts after all. For my final thoughts, right? Because my final thought is basically what I said already. I watched the first episode of this thing and I thought, yeah, it's an isekai. There's nothing amazing about this. It's just a strong OP girl that got reincarnated. In the first episode, she's a child, I think 5 years old, defeating a adult in a sword fight, because yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Just because, yeah, she's the OP isekai protagonist. So right, yeah, from personal experience, I would call this thing trash. From the ranking experience and similar scoring, it's between these two, right? It's either just another isekai that people will forget about it, or is a trash anime. To be fair, I would call it just a mid show. I don't think people will remember much of this thing after it's over. Wait. There's one factor that I think deserves to be a little bit evaluated here. The opening for this anime is good. I remember the opening of this anime when I played AMQ on Twitch. Check me out there also. Doing AMQ about only the seasonal animes. I remember the opening of this anime. The opening of this anime is good. So, there's a higher chance that people will actually remember it. Just because of the opening. Because probably someone added to their playlist and think, oh yeah, I love this song. From where this thing is again? I have no idea. But yeah. People will remember this anime because of the song. And as such, they will probably remember it not being amazing in any way. So, hard to say. Actually, no, I still think this thing deserves to stay in mid, really. Yeah, the top of the mid. People might remember this thing because of the opening, but mostly just that, I think. Now for the next one, this here. How was the name again? Isekai something Hano? Farm Life Isekai, I think it's the translated name. Isekai something Hano, I think it was. Where? Let me find it. Okay. Isekai Nonbiri Noka. Yeah, I was completely wrong. Isekai Nonbiri Noka. Isekai Nonbiri Noka, it will sound weird because this thing is an isekai, but I watched this anime. Completely contrary to what I always say about isekai stuff and about how much I hate on isekai, I watched this anime and I completed this anime. I go even further to say that I went back to binge this anime. Because I watched the first 2 episodes, I enjoyed it, but I thought, it's an isekai, I don't need to watch it. And I stopped watching. Last week, after most of the seasonal stuff had ended, and I had nothing to watch in my free time, I decided to voluntarily go back and finish this anime specifically out of everything else that I dropped during the season. And it's good. Honestly, weird to hear this from me, but this is a good anime. It's really cozy. It's what I can say. This anime here is really cozy. It's one of those animes that you watch just to feel good with yourself. You can tell shit from this zooming. But it's one of those animes that you go to watch not because you want to see OP character doing X or Harem character doing Y. Oh, there is a Harem in the anime, but that's a detail. You go in there because you want to chill. It's one of those feel-good animes, right? Like Yuru Camp. You go in there because you want to feel good, you want to just enjoy life. This anime is just that. It's just a guy farming. He went to another world. Oh my god, isekai stuff, obviously. But he's just there because, I just want to have a calm farm life. And he wins, of course, OP2, which is used for farming. And can also kill beasts, but the focus is not on the killing of the beasts and not defeating anything else. It's just farming. We have, every time he uses the thing for battle purposes, 10 seconds max. It's not the focus of the anime. The anime is completely aware of that. They don't care about battling. They just say, oh, yeah, the 2 can also do this. And he's OP because of this. But what about the tomatoes growing right there? And stuff like that. So it's just a really feel-good anime, really cozy anime, really nice. The characters are all really cozy also. I don't think there is a single character in this anime that is irritating, that is annoying, nothing like that. All the characters are really nice. The elves are a little bit too horny, but who cares, right? Who cares about horny elves? It's only a better thing, right? Who can complain about that? And the main thing, this thing follows Clanat's steps. Why I say that? No, there is no crying involved. It's because there is baby making in this thing, even though people don't even hold hands. The main character is not a beta character. He actually does stuff. And I respect him for that. So this thing is decent enough. Would I call it fine? I honestly would say this thing is good. As a feel-good anime, this is a really good anime. It was really enjoyable. I even went to go read some of the manga panels just to see some more stuff that will happen in the future. But yeah, overall, really nice. Now this thing here, the OP ice mage guy in a magical school, which has a name probably. What is the name here? Hyoken no Majutsushi ga sekai wo suberu. The ice mage will overthrow the world. Is that it? The ice blade sorcerer shall rule the world. Yeah, I got close enough. Honestly, I watched more episodes of this thing than I wish I would have watched it. I watched 4? 3 or 4. I watched it right before they started trying to go for the generic OPness. I mean, more OPness stuff like, oh, they are in the forest training for a school test because every magical anime, school anime has to have something like that. And for some reason, there is a stronger creature that was supposed to have to exist in the forest, and the guy single-handedly defeats the creature. Oh my god. Yeah, you know, the really generic stuff. Yeah, that's basically where I drop it. It's as generic as an isekai can be, really. There is nothing at all memorable about this anime. I watched 3 episodes. I gave it a 3-episode rule for this thing. It was not just 1 episode like this sword one. I don't need to go check on this thing. I can see already that the score for this thing is 6 and something, 6.3. It's lower than the sword isekai. But I don't think people will care to remember this anime. This one was the isekai of the season, as the most generic isekai possibly had during the season. It was just excruciatingly unremarkable in any way. So mid for sure. Bottom layer of mid, even. I would say this is one of those that it will hardly be remembered at all. There was no single redeeming quality for this thing to be remembered, on good or bad sides. For the next one, it's the retire from the Demon King's army and becoming an adventurer. Of course, the name is not that, but it's something along those lines. Here. Chilling in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army. Which is a name, right? It's a name by itself. I mean, I already said this enough. This is an anime about a guy that got fired from the Demon King's army because he has no magic. And then he turns out he's really OP fighting like a human because he's actually a human and not a demon. And the previous demon lord just decided to save him, and people thought he was a demon because he was in the demon caster, but he's nothing like a demon. So yeah, that's the basic plot. He's just an OP human that was living with demons, and now it's old and went to live in a village with a really big titty lady that is getting really freaky with him. That's the plot of this anime. I watched only 1 episode, so we're gonna do a little bit of quick research for this one. But from what I could tell, it was also just excruciatingly mid. Here we are, the stats. The score is high compared to the other ones we saw so far. Most people are giving 7s. Most people also already completed it. Compared to people that are planning to watch it and people that are still watching, most people completed it. It's over for 10 days? No, 9 days, I think. Yeah, 9 days. So yeah, some more people had time to think about this one, and it seems it's decent enough, alright? I was expecting to be lower, the score, but it seems more people enjoyed this thing that just thought it existed. If we go back for this side here, just to see if we can see something. Something different. I guess it will be all the way up there. Where are you, good sir? Nowhere? Let's see, 30. Here. 90. It's higher than both Farming Life, that I like it, and the Sword Isekai. So yeah, I guess this is in a better position. Better enough to say this thing is not mid? I don't think so. Yeah, more people enjoy this anime, but here's the thing. We have already some animes about a guy getting fired from the Demon King's army. This is not new. This by itself is also starting to turn into an inside genre, inside isekais or fantasy, right? Because we had one, I think the big starter one for this was 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago. The guy that went to work for the Demon King's army after people started to not like him. And I don't remember I know we had more examples of stuff like that. But getting fired from the Demon King's army is not a unique thing. It's not, this anime is not the first of a kind. There are others like this already. So my question is, will people remember this one more, or will people remember the other ones more? Hard to tell because I didn't watch much of this thing. But I will give a benefit of the doubt, since more people seem to have enjoyed this one. I want to say this thing is not as mid as the previous ones we saw so far. So let's go back here. Given the scoring for you and capacity of enjoyment, I would call it, because when I watched the first episode, I was not exactly amazed by anything that I was watching, but it didn't feel bad, right? It was just okay. There was nothing amazing to it. It was generic as it could be, but it was fine. It was just fine, really. So we're gonna throw this either at the bottom of fine, or it will stay in mid, but at the top here. That's the question for us now. I guess given that more people enjoy this thing, that gave it a mid, because if you don't know, 6 is the mid score. 6 is for the animes that exist, really. Since the thing managed to get a 7, I think that it's deserving to stay in the bottom of fine. But not higher than this. It will be the bottomless of the bottomless of fine, unless we get worse stuff here. But yeah, I say it stays there for now. Now for the next one is the Camp Out Isekai. I don't remember the name, obviously, because who remembers the name of Isekai these days? But yeah, it's the anime about the guy that got Isekai, and his OP power skill is that he has unlimited access to Amazon. That's the thing. He can just do online buying in another world. That's the power, that's the magic he does, and the idea of the anime is being a culinary one, where this dude is cooking while camping in another world, together with this dog creature that he has, which is Aopi Fengrir or something like that. I don't remember the name of the creature. I also only watched one episode, as you could have imagined. So we're gonna do a little bit of researching, but I already think this thing will probably be at the bottom of fine together with this one. Mostly because food YouTuber that I watched, Chef PK, made a video because of this anime. So it's at least a little bit more memorable, I guess. More memorable than I thought it would be when I did the ranking, because I drew this thing at the bottom thinking, well, it's a camping isekai. But we already had a camping isekai in the last season, so who will remember this one? Not a camping isekai, sorry. Cooking isekai. It's a cooking isekai. Who will remember this compared to Isekai Shokudo? No one. Which I still believe, yeah, if someone says, oh, remember about the cooking isekai? People will say, oh yeah, Isekai Shokudo. Not this one. But this one might have managed to crave its place as the camping isekai. Where are you? Here. Yeah, general score for this thing is actually high. Really high. I mean, this thing was made by Mappa, right? That's the thing. If the anime is made by Mappa, it already has bonus points. It's like if you become a VTuber from Niji Sanji or Hololive, you already have a giant clout even before airing. I'm not saying the people that are from Nijisan your whole life are bad and they just have clout because of the company. No, I didn't say that. I said that if you are from a big company, you already have a lot of following even before you do anything. It's the same thing for a Mappa anime. Even before the Mappa anime airs, a lot of people were already interested in it because it is a Mappa anime. And I remember Mappa, the official Mappa YouTube channel, throwing some shorts about how they made the cooking animation for this anime, which was really interesting. It was really nice. It was a good idea also. So yeah, it was well crafted. I will say that this anime was well crafted. Let's see the stats. Mostly 8, right? Because giving the score, yeah, mostly 8s. A lot of people completed the thing. A lot of people are still watching. Less people are playing to watch. Yeah, it got hype train going. Really few people drop it. I would say this is a dub for this anime. Yeah, I say this one is a winning one. Oh, I forgot to see the training for this thing. Yeah, just really quick. Where is it place? Oh yeah, 11th place. Okay, yeah, this thing is really high. On a training basis, this thing is really high. So everything considered, I think this anime got itself in a good place. I would say this thing is at the top of fine to get into good, really. For now, I will leave it at the bottom of good, just so that we can reorganize everything, and we're gonna see where we'll finish off later. But this thing has high potential. It got really, it got way more remarkable than I thought it would be by 3 months ago. So right, the next one is Mononogatari. I think that was the name. Mononogatari. It was something like that. I think it's Mononogatari. Where are you, sir? Mono. Here it is. Mononogatari. Yeah, I was right. Well, for this one, this anime is an anime about a guy that hunts demons, or I guess the anime called them demons. Really didn't give them a different name, but you know, Japanese spirits, basically Tsukumogami, which is a name for demons, basically. Natural demons, not ghosts and stuff like that. But yeah, the guy that hunts them because he hates them, because his parents were murdered by them, and he's also from a family of demon hunters. And he goes to live with a girl that has a lot of demons in her place, and they are all really, I wouldn't say nice, but they all act like humans. They all are sociable, they all love the girl, and basically that. And the basic plot of the story is this dude starting to learn that not every demon is bad, basically. I watched the first episode. I thought it was an anime that one of the animes ever made. I didn't see anything amazing about the anime. It was not an original plot. Now let's come here. It was not a real original. There are tons and tons of demon hunting animes. There are tons of demon hunting animes that have a plot of, oh, but none of the demons are bad, you see. This one here is nice because X and Y. For Christ's sake, Demon Slayer is basically that. So yeah, this thing was not impressive in any way, shape, or form. It was an anime that existed for sure. The score is high. I give it that. The score for this thing is decent enough. The stats. Okay, those are not big stats. Not many people were involved with this anime at all. On a total of only 37,000 is low, really low. If I must be honest, a total of 37,000, it's really low for seasonal anime standards. Those are status for completely forgotten animes, the ones that people don't even start to watch. So yeah, of course the score would be high because the few people that decided to watch this thing decided to watch it for a reason. Let's see if we can find one. Yeah, it is on the forgettable layer. Everything that it is beneath 30. It's a layer that people just... It's not that the anime is bad even, it's just the anime that people didn't notice they existed, or people didn't care they existed. It's not like the anime is bad, it's just they got completely forgotten. So, yeah, I think you, my friend, you are where you should be. You are where you should be. You're gonna move up only because this thing is the worst one so far. From the mid ones. Let's move everything a little bit closer here because I know my head is blocking some of them. There we go. All right. Now for the next. Okay, you. What was the Japanese name for this one? Hono no, it's Hino. Hikari no. The next one is Hikari no O, or the Fire Hunter. The synopsis of this anime is similar to Fire Force. Basically, people fear demon. In a post-apocalyptic world, people fear these fire-related creatures because mankind has gained an illness. Let's call it like that. No one knows why is the reason, but mankind now enters into instant combustion if they get in touch with any sort of flame, any natural flame. They start burning immediately if they get in touch with it. Not really explained why. And people live in villages being surrounded by walls, stuff like that. They have interactions with capitals and stuff like that, but people live in fear from these fire demonic creatures that live in the forest and stuff like that. And there are demon hunters. Again, another demon hunter show. But yeah, there are people that hunt those demons in order to drain their resources so that the normal folk can use them. And that's the basic plot. The story of this thing. This anime is one of the animes made. Actually, no, it's I watched the entirety of this anime. Okay, I watched all the 10 or 11. 10, I think it was 10. I watched all of the 10 episodes or 11. I don't remember which one is the number, but I did finish the anime. It's terrible. It's horrible. It is possibly the worst anime of this year, and I say that with confidence. What is the thing about this anime here? The plot of this thing is mixed. The plot follows two routes at the same time. There is the main girl, which is Hina, if I remember correctly, and she lives in one of the villages in the middle of nowhere. And one of the fire hunters, you know, the people that hunt the fire demons, died saving her from one of the demons. And now she has to go on a quest to go to the capital, deliver his belongings to his family. Together with his dog, because every hunter has a dog for a reason. That was never really truly specified. But every hunter has a dog, and the dog, which is Kanata, follows her together, and they go to the capital in order to deliver the stuff he had. In the middle of the way there, they meet some other people that are going there. They are being sold out as marriage material because the anime is really religious, and a lot of villages believe on sacrificing stuff in order to appease the gods and stuff like that. And one half of this anime is this journey of this girl to get to the capital. In the other half is about the son of the hunter that died saving Hina, which lives in the capital, and he's getting adopted by a rich dude that will pay for his sister's illness treatment because his sister is ill. If he helps him to study the fire and stuff like that, to understand how it works, how they can use it to defeat the gods, because they are governed by the gods, but they don't really like the gods. The gods are not really useful, and they want to overthrow the gods using their fire science. That's the basic plot for the anime. The anime keeps changing between these two stories up until episode 8, when the two main characters meet, and then the story basically follows one single route. But they switch it every moment they can. Like in one single episode, you're gonna switch probably 2 to 3 times between the characters. The story goes on in a really weird pacing. It's really fast and at the same time really confusing, because we got from point A to point B, and from point B to point C. You saw that happening, but you feel like you missed something while that was happening, because it's not like they react for stuff that you don't remember happening, and no, nothing like that. They react for stuff in a way that you didn't really feel like it was serious in that regard. The animation for this anime is terrible. It's the worst animation of this year. I say that with confidence, even though we are in winter still. The first season of this year. I say for sure this one has the worst animation of this year. It's disgusting during the fighting scenes. They don't know how... The animation crew didn't probably had enough money to make the animation that they wanted. Which is really curious. Because... let me show you this. It will be clear if I show you what I mean. Let's go for the YouTube channel, because fortunately on the YouTube clips, in the clips that I used for the video, we had exactly that. Let's go here. Here we have, for this one right here, right by the ending of the video, it was here. This scene right here. We have moments where they have this kind of art style, and then moments that go for the animation like this. You got it. Let's go back on speed mode. Here, 2.5. Let's go back here. Here we have frames like this in the middle of the anime, which were really well drawn, were really epical, right? They are really trying to portray emotion and the height of the stuff that is happening and stuff like that in the scene. And then we have animation like this. The thing in there was supposed to be a monkey also. I was not showing you guys anything, was I? I forgot. Okay, we are going back. Don't worry about it. Here. Okay, now we are in the right place. Sorry about that. We're gonna go back here. Yeah, it's already in the right proper speed. Here's the thing. We have frames like this, which have a really nice art. It's like a picture, right? It's like a proper painting from, I don't know, the Louvre. It's exaggeration, of course, but it's a really nice painting. It has a lot of emotion, a lot of art going into it, trying to portray this specific emotion, the specific epicness of the moment. Like, oh, the demon was attacking the girl, and the hunter fought with everything that he had in order to protect her, together with his mighty dog. And then we have... We had that. We have the animation swiggling every side. The animation for this thing is disgusting. It's complete garbage. It's one of the worst animations that I ever saw. They were not able to animate at all any kind of movement. I remember in the last episode of this thing, they made a scene about the dog, the main dog here, Kanata, going through a door. He opened a door, just bumping into it, and then jumping down a set of stairs in order to chase a girl. The scene where he broke the door was okay. When he jumped down the set of stairs, you could just see a PNG badly drawn, being pulled down the stairs, not getting bigger or lower, even though he was getting closer to the camera, before he reached the ground and started running. So yeah. And it's really sad, because thanks to that frame, you know, the frame that I just showed you, the anime has lots of these frames. I think every episode has 1 to 2 of these kind of frames. The animation crew, let's say like that, they wanted to make something pretty. You can tell from the frames that they want to portray an image of something that is nice, something that is pretty, some kind of epicness to the story of this anime. But God, they did not have the ability to do that with the animation of the anime. The animation is terrible. Kind of feels like they try to compensate the bad animation with the frames, like, oh no, but you see, this is what you are supposed to be seeing. And the melted monkey is what we are actually seeing. And it's not like I am nitpicking because, oh, this one scene was bad. Every fight scene of the anime is just like that. Maybe the first episode is better, but every other fighting scene from this anime is exactly like that. The monkey scene that I got to show you guys is from the second episode. Or the third. It's either the second or the third. I don't remember which one. But it's, you know, from the beginning. And the only redeeming thing about this anime, to call it better than some stuff, is that there is no CGI. And that's the thing that I wish I could say, but on episode 8 of this thing, they made the bug boy, a boy that could control bugs, control only CGI bugs. So even the bad CG was present. I honestly don't see a single redeeming quality from this anime. I feel sad saying this because I can't say that whoever made this anime was trying to go for something okay, not even good, but something okay, and they failed miserably trying to achieve that. So for this one, yes, I got it wrong. This one is not a mid anime. This one is the top trash anime of the season. I will leave it here in the top because we need to organize stuff here first. But yeah, Hikari no O is for sure the worst anime of last season. Of a normal length, because we still have something here to discuss, which I think everyone will agree that is the actual worst one. Humu, I see. Salve, salve. Now for the next one of these. Which one is this one? I can read. I think I can read. Arasu no Kyojin? The image is not helping me. Wait. I think I know which one it is. I think it's the one from the girl that escaped prison and then started walking together with a guy that was really sketchy. We just close some stuff in the back here. It's no. It's all the way down here. No, it should be higher. It's not the Legend of the here. This one, Arasu no Kyoju. Yeah, it's exactly this one. I think it's over. Yeah, it is over. So yeah, Arasu no Kyoju. The basic plot of this thing was basically there are supernatural humans with specific powers there. Honestly, man, I must be completely honest with you guys. I don't remember the plot of this thing. I watched the first episode. I found it so boring that I completely gave up on watching this. And I know Giga praised this anime in his video. I know Grant was praising this thing. And he was talking bullshit. I love you, my man. I love you, Giga. I love you. But man, when you are wrong, you are wrong. I've been your fan for 10 years already. I can say with confidence when your opinion is wrong. At least to me, of course. I cannot say that an opinion of someone is absolutely wrong. People have different opinions, but that one is one that I cannot agree for my life. Giant Beast of Ours. If I remember everything that I can pull out of this anime, there are people with superpowers. They need to sync with other people that don't have superpowers in order to fight these beasts that didn't overthrow Earth, but are lost wandering the planet and are real menaces to mankind and stuff like that. Which, now that I said it out loud, really sounds like Soul Eater, at least for the first half. The second one is just a generical end of the world scenario anime. But yeah, the first half really sounds like Soul Eater. And it kind of is, because the superhumans have superpowers that they can only use when they have a partner with them. So yeah, it's really similar to Soul Eater. I had not thought about that before, but it's really similar to Soul Eater. And yeah, the first episode I watched it, I couldn't care less about everything that was going on. The main girl, at least, she was funny. I give her that. She was kind of funny. But that's the most I can really say. And I guess I am not alone here, because the score for this thing is miserable. The score for this thing is really miserable. The drop... Yeah, the drops are high. The drops are high. It's... Plant Watch is not considerable, so this is... This is what? 25% drop rate? Something along those lines? Yeah, this is something close to 25% drop rate. It's complicated. That's complicated. Yeah. Let's see if you can see anything from you in the training part. Sheesh. Okay, yeah. It began on 32 and went all the way to 41. This is not a forgettable zone anymore. This is drop it zone. When an anime starts in the low rankings like this and goes even more down, like Hikari no right here, this disgraced child, it's because people didn't like the anime. It's not because people forgot it exists. It's not because people just didn't know it was there. People watched it and people did not like it. So, sir, you are in the trash bin. Where in the trash bin? I still don't know, but you are in the trash bin. The second one here is Idol Show. I don't remember the name and I don't plan on giving two fricks to go check the name. But it's an idol anime about android idols which have overthrown Earth, that has been overthrown by global warming. The androids turn into a crucial part of human society. They do basically everything that humans need them to do, and they always do that with a smile on their faces because they really love doing that. But there is the main characters that are four androids that live together, that they don't have a job, they are almost out of money, and they need to find some kind of way to make money. And they decide to go be idols, basically. They go for this giant YouTube tower, which is basically the tower of entertainment. It's the YouTube tower of the universe of this anime. They go there to sing. They discover that they don't freaking know how to sing. And then they meet a lost boy. The lost boy just lost his father. No one is there to take care of the kid. And then the idols decide to adopt the kid, and they learn how to properly sing after meeting the boy for some reason. Because there is some kind of backplot between their creator and the boy. Yeah, that's the plot. It's an idol anime. By the end of the day, the plot is good, the plot is bad. Who cares? It's an idol anime. Idol animes, it's always the same for them. They are made for a specific public. Specific kind of people will watch idol animes, and every other anime fan will not even know they existed. That's the thing for idol shows. So, I say the thing stays in mid? Yes, completely. The idol show 90% of times will stay in mid just because who cares, really? Oh no, wait a second. Wait a second. I was saying shit. The one that I just described was this one right here. This one is another. Oh shit. Which one are you? Fuck, wait. I am spreading misinformation on the internet. Oh no! It was this one. Oh, Flaglia. I mean, Flaglia is also an idol anime, right? They are wizards that live in forests during full of family summer vacation since okay. Yeah, no, I got it completely wrong. It's a attempt to be a wholesome anime, I guess. But the boy has 11 brothers? What the fuck? What the number of people here? It's also a 12-minute anime. I don't think I heard anything. Yeah, there is no way I heard anything about this. This thing had only 6 episodes. And it only aired for 1 week? For 2 weeks? This thing aired for 2 weeks in January? Okay. Yeah, okay. It's something. The only genre for this thing is fantasy. There is nothing here. What about the status? 100 people completed, 200 people are watching, 100 people drop it, 3,000 people plan to watch it. And the main score for this thing is a 5. The main score for this thing is a 5. So few people gave it an actual score that it's not even showing. There is not even a mean score for this thing. Too few people gave it an actual number. But yeah, the people that gave it, most of them gave it a 5 and a 4. 6 is this third one. Okay, so yeah, this is trash. This is trash. Fine, I was really interested in saying you were only mid, good sir. But it seems everyone that decided to watch you didn't enjoy life after watching you. So yeah, no, let's switch places here. I just described Overmind here. So let's bring Overmind down already. And Overmind just goes here. Yeah. It's the idol show that I was talking about before. I did an oopsie, but we killed two birds with one stone basically here. And also, yeah, Overmind, yeah, basically everything I said about the idol anime and bad CG for underrated idols animes, like, you know, idol animes that people don't know about have always disgusting CG for the dancing scenes. Just the usual, really. I will say this thing stays in mid, yeah. And the last one I decided to throw at mid is, I believe this is a new season of Cardfight Vanguard, right? I am pretty sure this is another season of Vanguard. Yeah, Cardfight Vanguard, Wheel plus Dress Season 2. Man, it's Vanguard. No one cares about Vanguard. Even Vanguard fans do not care about Vanguard. So, yeah, you stay in the mid zone. But I say you are... At least you are a franchise. So, the fact that you are a franchise means more people will enjoy you over time. So I say you are less of mid than these ones. Even Mononoke. I say you are here, really. Yeah, we are gonna go like this. Now for the trash bin. The anime that I thought 3 months ago would be the worst of the worst from this season. We're gonna go from back to front here, just because I want to talk about the ones in the front more than I want to talk about the ones in the back. So yeah, you were thrown here. This one is an idol show. Yeah, this one is an idol one. I think it's Idolish 7. No. It's another idol show. Unite Up. Here. Unite Up. Well, the score for this thing was better than the other one, at least. Yeah, well, it's an idol show. I will not read the synopsis of this thing. Yeah, idol male music. Videos? No, actually, I don't want videos. I want stats. Okay. Oh, fine. No, right. No, it makes sense. It will only be over next week. Fine. Okay, you are forgiven. All right. The drop rates are, yeah, they are a number, a okay number, I guess, compared to the people that are watching. It's 8%. No. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, it's 5. No, it's 10%. Yeah, 10 to 12%. So yeah, the drop rates are not exactly a good number, but it's just an idol show, really, right? It's just an idol show. Maybe it's okay, maybe it's bad. In the end of the day, it's just another idol show, so it's not like I need to shit on this thing. The sole existence of this thing is already shitted by itself. I would say it's probably better than Overmind, at least, because the score of this thing is higher than 6.5. Given we didn't see the score for Overmind, let me check this thing. What about the score for Overmind? It was 6.4. Okay, yeah, it's better than Overmind. Decided quite easily. But yeah, idol show, nothing much to say. Now this abomination, this creature. I have no freaking idea where you are supposed to be. This creature here is Boku to Roboko. Is this one right here. This thing most likely is a manga that launching Shonen Jump, right? There is no way this is a normal manga. Looks so old also. I remember saying this in the stream 3 months ago, but this thing looks so old, but it's actually quite recent, right? Yeah, it's just from 2020. And yes, of fucking course it is from Shonen Jump. You can smell Shonen Jump from this thing. It's amazing. But yeah, I believe this thing is what? I think this thing is a child cartoon, really. It's a gag humor anime. Yeah, it's a gag humor. I guess the manga is those mangas that only have one frame and stuff like that. So, I mean, honestly, from just seeing this thing 3 months ago, I expected the score to be worse than this. Given what it is, it's a complete balance, as all things should be. Yeah, it's completely balanced on the good and the bad. Right around mid status, if I do say so myself. 28 episodes is not over yet. We won't be over God knows when. This thing started airing in December. It's not even properly from the season. But yeah, it's a gag anime, a comedy gag anime from Shonen Jump. The 3 people out there that are complete obsessed Shonen Jump fans are the people that decided to go watch this thing, and some other people just went there not knowing what the fuck they were doing. That's my prediction for the people that watched the anime. So I say you go down to mid. I expect you to be terrible just because of the art style, but I guess you are mid only. I will be even generous and say you are here just because you are a Shonen Jump anime, so there are those obsessed fans that will know what the fuck you are. Okay, the next one here. The 4th season from my anime that originally started in 22. Name? No idea. It's this one here. Majushi Orphan Hagure Tabi. Urban Ramaren Hang. This is this season, right? The 3rd season, it's not the 4th one. The 4th one is airing now, I think. Or in the next season, something like that. But yeah, this thing here, the score... I mean, this is... Man, this is the 3rd season from an anime that I think 2 people still watch. It's based on a light novel that... I don't think... I mean, maybe the light novel is popular. But right, the original anime for this thing... I guess not even the original, the manga. The manga is from when? 94! Not a manga, right? A light novel. This is a light novel from 94. Which, okay, had a decent score, I guess, but only 100 people gave it a score. Yeah, this is a really old franchise that for some reason is still getting an anime. And I know there was an anime for this thing in 22. I believe this one is a remake. Because yeah, this is the 1st season and aired in 21. Here's the alternative version. Not even 22, it's even older, 98. Yeah, the original one had a decent score given the amount of people that watch. Yeah, actually, this has a nice amount of people. But man, this remake is not living up to standards. I can tell. The scoring is not exactly amazing, and not everyone is really caring about this anime a lot, right? Because this new season here has what? 12k people here, and most of these people are people who on the plan to watch list, given the score it got. Here, stats. Yeah, basically everyone that plans to watch this thing is on the plan to watch. Yeah, they didn't start watching it. It's not over yet. Also, it will be over on Wednesday. But yeah, I honestly think this deserves to stay where it is. For all standards, I think this thing is just meh. It's a sequence for something that no one really cares about anymore. So it stays right there. Now for this next one here, the Fuho anime. For the Fuho anime, I have no idea. I watched the 1st episode, and honestly, it was not really that bad. I expect this thing to be way worse. So let me see. Let's see, where is the Fuho anime? Is this one here. The Fuho anime, Nokemono Tachi no Yoru. The Tale of the Outcasts. I have no idea how the plot of this thing went after I dropped it. I watched it only 1st episode, but it's basically demons. The plot of demons, you know, the lion guy here is a demon. The eagle, demon. Lion, demon. The girl, demon contract with a demon. There are demons that normal people cannot see, and there are demon hunters, of course they are. And this girl is just a poor girl that got kidnapped when she was really young, and she serves a piece of shit priest. And she can see the demon for some reason. And the plot of the 1st episode is basically that she interacts with this demon in a common basis because the demon goes to tell her stories, and then she gets sold out, and the demon goes after her, and she makes a contract with the demon because if the demon fights without having a contract, he dies. And she gets blind in order to give the demon powers. That's the thing. And then they decided to go on a magical journey to see how the world looks like, even though the girl cannot see anymore. It was not bad, okay? The plot is... The plot is another plot that ever existed, of course. But it's not exactly bad. It was just... a plot, really. There was nothing amazing to it. It felt like it was really inspired on Mago's Bread. It was really inspired on Mago's Bread. in the ways of the magical world and the poor girl that gets dragged into that, and they seem to the plot wants to work more on the psychological side and the wholesomeness of this thing instead of demons. Even though, you know, this guy here, which is the girl's brother, it's demon hunting and the demons gym, always demons. But yeah, it was fine at the most. People kind of enjoyed it. But yeah, it's not anything to brag home about it. It was okay. Let's see the outcasts here. Yeah, it's one of those that people just forgot it existed. People didn't really care about it. When I scored this thing here, when I said, oh, this thing will be trash, was a joke because of the furry guy. Okay? It was a joke because of the furry guy. It's not because I truly thought this anime was going to be trash. It's not exactly bad, right? It's just... yeah, it's an anime. I don't think people will care much about this one. I think people will probably forget about it really soon, because if you think about a Magus anime like this, anime with the plot of the thing, Ancient Magus Bride will be the thing that people will think about easily first. People will not remember this anime existed at all. But it will be generous. I will say this anime, at least given its score and the first episode that was okay, it's not in the bottom tier of mid. It's somewhat remarkable, somewhat rememberable. Not because it did anything right, just because it didn't do anything that bad. So let's pull stuff here to the side just so that we can fit Hikari no. Okay, the last one is Akashic Triangle. The anime drawn by the piece of shit that is the To Love Ru creator, which is drawing this shit instead of actually making a proper ending for To Love Ru. But the plot of this thing is a guy that is a ninja, Demon Slayer. I just realized, but God, we had... how many Demon Slayer things we had already? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, technically because Kyoko Suri is demon hunting, and 5, because it's related to demons. We had already 5 demon hunting animes. That says a lot about the season. But yeah, the guy is a ninja that fights demons, and he wants to protect his tick-tired childhood friend from the demons, because she can interact with the demons and she likes the demons, but some of the demons want to kill her. And then he gets into a fight with this really powerful cat demon, and the cat demon turns him into a girl because he didn't want the girl and the guy to make out after he was defeated. Amazing plot, right? Writing 100. And the basic plot is the girl, this childhood friend, coping with the fact that she now needs to learn how to enjoy the pussy instead of the dick. That's the plot of the thing. Honestly, it's a shitty plot, man. Let's be honest, it's a really shitty plot. If you go back here, because again, I only watched one episode, maybe I might also be a little bit biased because of my hatred for the To Love Ru author. Stop drawing this shit and go back to the To Love Ru, you piece of shit. Go finish off that thing in the proper way. But anyway, yeah, the scoring for this thing is not also amazing. Like, at all. It's not amazing in any way. It's not over yet, it seems. Also, for some reason, there is a question mark. Don't tell me this thing is also one of the animes that got on a hiatus. Don't tell me this thing is also one of the animes that got on a hiatus. There is no way. Wait, where is it? Let me see news. There's news right here. Ayakashi Triangle delays broadcast home video release. Yep, it is another one of the animes of this season that got delayed thanks to COVID. In 2023. How? Don't know. But yeah, it's another one of the animes that got delayed thanks to COVID. So you got lucky, my boy. I cannot trash talk you a lot because you are not even over for me to say you are complete shit and people didn't enjoy it, because most people are on the plane to watch with reason. And 35 creatures that I can see in the future managed to finish you off, also amazing, right? Probably these 35 are the animators of the anime. But yeah, some people threw you on hold with reason. Some people who are still watching, of course, you got also a little bit dropped. My personal opinion here, trash. Trash bin trash, yes, trash, because it's from the author of True Love Who, and this motherfucker is drawing this thing instead of going to finish the manga, right? Yeah, trash, thank you. Trash. Nice. Next one. Tsunderlis. This one is one that I actually watched, finally. We can talk like in the proper way. Tsunderlis is an anime about this couple, which is not a couple by the beginning of the anime, but who cares? This couple that are part of the narration club from school. I guess it's not narration, broadcasting club. Yeah, broadcasting club. And the guy is not really confident about broadcasting stuff, so the girl says, oh, what about you try to narrate, broadcast, stuff like that? This one otome game that I really like. And I really like this otome game because of the villainess of the game, because she's a tsundere and she's really cute and she's not really a bitch, she's just misunderstood. And the guy says, bet, okay, let's go. Just because he wants to go to her place and stay together with her because he likes the girl. And they discover that they can actually interact with the characters in the game. They can actually talk with the main protagonist. Actually, no, the main guy, because the main protagonist is a girl, because this is an otome game. And they can make him understand that Lizetang, the tsundere, is not a bitch. She's just misunderstood, as Giga once told us. Honestly, the anime is not trash. I watched the entire thing. It's okay. It's fine. It's funny. They managed to make to fulfill the premise of the anime. You also, by the end of the thing, think Lizetang is not a bitch. She's just misunderstood. And they kind of give a background of why she's a tsundere to begin with. It's not like she was always like that. She got like that thanks to her father saying you should not show affection to the king and stuff like that. So she has a reason to be a tsundere. A good reason? Yeah, kinda. So yeah, this one is not a trash anime, I say. I quite enjoyed it, actually. I would say this thing deserves to go a little bit higher. Bad to fine. I would leave you on the fine for now. It was okay. It was a nice romance anime. Really, yeah. Every couple you wanted to see was done by the end of the thing. They managed to fulfill what they want, to save Lizetang from being killed by the end of the game, because the bitch always dies in the end of the game, so they want to stop that from happening. And they managed to do that. So yeah, it's nice, it's okay. It's a fine anime, of course. It's a fine romance anime. Not amazing by any standards, but it's decent enough. So next one, Inukai-san's dog. Yeah. The anime about the girl that licks the dog's nose and barks to the dog and then proceeds to take a bath with the dog and moans when the dog rubs the tail on her parts. Yeah, this thing exists. This thing is an anime. Someone made this anime consciously. They decided, yes, I want to animate this thing. This will sell if it is animated. It is the worst anime of the season as a joke anime. Because this thing obviously does not want to be serious. But even as a joke, let's call it like that, even as a not serious anime like, I don't know, the guy that got reincarnated as an ASMR Mike, this thing is just terrible. It's disgusting, aggravating. I, as an owner of 12 dogs, have a burning hatred for this anime. And yeah, we don't need to talk much about this anime. It's just terrible in every single way possible. It's just not worse than Hikari no O, because Hikari no O wants to be serious and fails miserably at doing that. But it is easily the second worst anime of the season, and probably the worst anime of the year in terms of short anime. The next one here is Trigun the Stampede, or Trigun o Estouro da Boiada, for my Brazilian friends. Trigun the Stampede is the remake of Trigun, the original Trigun. It's not a remaster, it's not just reanimated the anime. It's a new story inspired from the original one. And I know there are lots of mixed feelings about Trigun the Stampede. I even want to check them really quick here. I want to just see how people reacted for this thing. It should be all the way in the top, right? Because by the end of the day, it's still Trigun. The fuck? Oh, here. Here is Dragon the Stampede. I still did not finish watching it because I'm watching with some friends and we need to finish watching. We need to watch the last 3 episodes. But yeah, the main score speaks for itself. I know there were a lot of butt-hurted people for Trigon the Stampede because of, for the most absurd reasons, right? There are people that complain about this anime because it was made in CG and they dare call the CG bad. If you go down here, I know there is one idiot that says something like that. Was it you? Yeah, you are one of the miserable life beings that say stuff like that. Just destined to be a meager computerized shadow of its 1998 series. No, it is not, really. It is not. It really is not. This is people that are coping too hard because they are widows of the original anime that are mad because they got a remake made in CGI and they went out of their places to type shit, to say shit in the internet. This anime, as it stands, is a really good anime. It's not the original Dragon, I know, it's not the original Dragon, it's not the same story of Dragon. Oh god, but they are revealing a crucial plot point of Dragon on episode 2. How dare they? What are they doing with my boy's plot? It's not the same anime, man. It's inspired from the original show. It's not supposed to be like the original show. It should not be like the original show. As it stands as an anime, it's a really good show. The CGI is really good. It's probably one of the best CGIs I ever saw in my life. Probably only worse than Hoseki no Kuni or Land of the Lustros for the English speakers. Probably it's just worse than that one, which is not a bad thing because Hoseki no Kuni is just the best CGI anime ever had. And it was made by the same studio, right? Studio Orange was the one that also made that one. So yeah, there is nothing to complain about Dragon the Stampede in animation for the animation part. The animation is exquisite, it's really good, it's really amazing CGI. It's not lacking anyway. It's really funny because you have a lot of emotion going on in the characters' faces. The animators decided to make a lot of expressions go on in the thing in order to sell it out in a good way. There is nothing really bad that I can say about this anime, really. I don't think it's a perfect anime by no means. There are, of course, some stuff that could be improved, like, oh, maybe some parts of the plot could be done in a different way, some stuff like that. But as far as I got in episode 9, this is a really solid anime. It's a really good one. I completely bit my tongue for this one because I predicted it was going to be really bad because remakes and stuff like that from old shows usually turn out to be bad. But this one managed to get past this barrier and it was a good show. It was really good, the characters were really nice. Vash, it's kind of a pussy for the most of the anime, but he's still a nice guy. Even though that small defect is in there. There's really nothing that I can say to complain about this one, really. Let's just see, I'm curious how it stands here. Position 16, I expected it to be higher, honestly, but I guess it's okay. Actually, no, it's being lower than Spy Classroom says only shit. It's because people from anime training are more obsessed about waifus than actual plot. Yes, I dare say this. The top one is The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. I say this with confidence. People that vote in anime training are usually more focusing on waifus than actual good plots. But yes, let's go back to this. And also I saw a comment here. Salve, Chico. Saudades do Monkeizada, saudades do Monkeizada. Monkeizada vai voltar, Chico, não se preocupe. Semana que vem vai ter Monkeizada, eu espero. Semana que vem não, essa semana vai ter Monkeizada, eu espero. But yeah, Dragon the Stampede, solid anime. Not the best of the season, but is a good one. A really good one. Deserves to stay in the good area here. After I reorganize stuff, we're gonna see where it goes. But yeah. So let's go for the next ones. I say we go again from the back to the front. The bad ones. The first one here is Legend of the Heroes. The new season of Legend of the Heroes. What I think about Legend of the Heroes, I have no idea. I never watched the Legend of the Heroes. I have no clue of what Legend of the Heroes is supposed to be about. So we're gonna need to cheat a little bit here. It's all the way down here. Remember seeing it? Here. The Legend of Heroes, Seinokseki Northern War. This is what, the second season of something, I think? Actually, no, it's a spin-off? No. Okay, well, either way. I know it's a game, right? Eiyuu Densetsu is a game. Legend of Heroes is a remake of the game, I guess. And boy, oh boy, look at the scoring! When I predicted it was going to be bad 3 months ago, it was because it was an adaptation of a game, and game adaptations usually don't do good jobs. But boy oh boy, this one seems to have overworked itself. Yeah, it's a giant mix between fine and miserable. It's over. It's finished airing 8 days ago. So the scoring is proper. The drop rates are nice. You know, the drop rates are nice. The drop rates are telling us stories. And here, yeah, it's only the 40 category. Yeah, I know where this one is going, guys. I feel like I overestimated you 3 months ago. I thought you were going to be just bad, but it seems you were not just bad. It seems you were miserable also. And given you are all the way on the 5 me score, I say you probably are worse than these stuff. Nah, I still think probably. Nah, yeah, sure. You go here. You go here. You go there. I also forgot to organize these guys. Wait, no, yeah, this one's probably the least trashy one. Stay like this. O que tá achando de Vinland? Eu ia salvar pra falar de Vinland no final, só porque ele tá ali no topo, mas eu estou gostando muito, Chico. Estou gostando muito. Está cumprindo minhas expectativas. Okay, next one. The hiatus one. Nier Automata Route 8.1. Something like that? 1.1a? Some bullshit like that. The Nier Automata anime. Yeah, it's an anime, definitely. Well, it's hard to talk about the Nier Automata anime because I didn't play the games. So my basis is only on animes, right? And the anime, it's... yeah, it's... okay. Maybe. It's honestly not anything to take home about it. It's an anime, of course. It's hard to talk about this one specifically because it got delayed twice. It got delayed when it was on episode 4, and it got delayed again when it got to episode 8. Supposedly thanks to COVID. So, it's hard to give you a proper scoring, my buddy, because I don't know how you're gonna end. But I did watch the 8 episodes that came out thus far, and as far as I can tell, you are... meh. It's... honestly, it's not good. I would not call it a good anime. I can tell that the source material is supposed to be better, but the anime by itself, it's... it's something. I guess you can stay where you are for now. I wouldn't call it trash. No, I wouldn't call it trash. But it's not a good anime, really. A friend that I have that is really obsessed by Nier, he'd watched the anime, and every episode it aired, he was complaining about something. He always only said that the 3rd and the 7th episodes were good, I think. And because they were not part of the Nier Automata game, they were part of Nier Revenant. The plot were more related to Nier Revenant instead of Nier Automata, and that's why the episodes were good. My friend said that no episode from Nier Automata that was based on the game was actually a good episode. That says a lot, honestly. And also, I think the anime is doing a bad job presenting 2B, I guess, because from the anime, at least, I don't think... I only found 2B to be annoying and boring. I did not understand the hype for 2B in the anime. In the game, I suppose she does something better, but the anime, she's just bland and boring. There is nothing that I can say from the character that I think it makes her a good character, or even a good waifu. As you could tell from my previous stream talking about the waifus from this season. So yeah, Nira will leave it in the bed here. Now for the Exorcist Isekai. Boy, yeah, the Exorcist Isekai exists, right? Yes. Let's see. I dropped the thing. I think I watched 2 episodes. I dropped it after 2 episodes. What is the score you have? Please don't tell me you are this high. Please don't tell me, oh god, you are this high and you have a 7 point something score. By the Pope, you have a decent score. Why have you forsaken me like this? Where are your stats? Jesus fucking Christ, more... I have a friend that gave it a 5. I have a friend that gave it a 5. I will trust that friend's opinion. Actually, I think I have another friend that gave you a 5. Wait, let's go to AnyList. I am pretty sure I have another friend that gave this thing a 5. Two words, that ass. This is from who? Ale? I think so. The comment is not showing. The comment is not showing on the YouTube chat for me for some reason, but I can see it on stream. And if the 2 words that as are the only thing that it can be used to describe to be as a good wife, which means she's not a good wife. She's just a flashlight. And yeah, Flavin, you are the one that I was searching for. Flavin, you gave it a 6.5. Flavin is my friend that watches lots of isekai, so he's the isekai connoisseur that I can take the opinion in some regards. Having said that, do I trust his opinion? No. I don't think Flavin has good taste. So yeah, I guess this thing was not as bad as I was expecting it to be, given the high score it has. But god, oh god, how I wish I could say it was bad. Fine, I will not be biased here. People are saying this thing is decent. Okay, this thing will be decent. I will leave it here in the bottom of bad. Because the bottom of bad is the ones that are less bad, okay? The top of bad is the really bad ones. The bottom of bad is the really bad ones. It's the last bad ones. So yeah, you are the bottom of bad. You are the acceptable, I guess. And yeah, below Nier. Nier probably is worse than this one. Now, this one here is the anime for DJ... For Rock? D4DJ, you think? Yeah. Because we had a D4DJ anime this season. D4DJ... Where are you? Here. Yeah, exactly. D4DJ on Mix. D4DJ, for those that don't know, is a gacha series of rhythm games. I believe it's made by... We don't have here, okay. Yeah, but this is a rhythm game made like every single rhythm game that exists for cell phones. Like Project Sekai, like the Bandori game. All gacha games, all the gacha games for rhythm that they follow exactly the same gameplay. It's just tapping and flipping. This one has the differential that it actually has a DJ disc where you need to scratch depending on the part of the song you are. But yeah, that's basically what the D4DJ is. It's a gacha. It's a rhythm gacha game. The score is decent. Big save, Flavio. The score is decent. I can tell. Yeah, sure. The score is decent. Given that it's a gacha anime, I was expecting the score to be worse. Is this thing made in CGI? I don't know if this thing is made in CGI or if this thing is made in actual animation. Looks like CGI from the images here. But yeah, I guess people enjoyed it. Given rhythm game gacha players are quite passionate about their girls. The people that play D4DJ will like the anime just because they're having a better interaction from the characters other than just the gacha story. So I don't think anyone watching this thing is a non-gacha player. I think at least 99% of people watching this anime are people that play the gacha. Especially because this is a second season. So I guess for the gacha community, it was better. 2K completed. Yeah, that's not a lot, Flavio. But given there were, what, another 2K watching it? So yeah, I guess you honestly gonna stay exactly where you are. You're gonna go for the bottom of bed. You can go here for the bottom of bed to right by the side of the Onmyoji Sekai, and you stay right there. Lavin fala if, oh my god, what is going to happen? I love how my YouTube chat does not show me all of the comments, but I can see them on OBS. I can just see that Chico sent a blushy face, but it's not showing on my YouTube chat because that makes a lot of sense. You going from the bottom to the top, right? Exactly, Flavin, exactly. Now this one, everyone is now fuming the animation. The outcasts will overthrow the world. I think that's the name. The outcasts will defeat the Demon King. Some bullshit like that. It's an anime where every single main character got betrayed in some way by their families, guildmates, lovers, everything like that. And now they are a bunch of outcasts, and they decided to make a party by themselves in order to get enough money to survive, because all of them have also their own addictions that they need money in order to keep in check and to pay rent to stay living somewhere instead of dying from hunger. I watched 4 episodes of this one. I watched a lot of this one, and it's bad. It's not terrible, but it's bad, really. It's not. There's nothing really redeeming about the anime. It's kind of funny in some parts, but it's nothing amazing anyway. Did Blush comment didn't appear here too? Am I getting comments that are being deleted by people? Is that what's going on? People are sending stuff and deleting it, and I get the comments. I don't know. That is weird. That's really weird. But yeah, I would say the Nier anime is not worse than you. No, no, no. You are worse than the Nier anime for sure. So I think you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. And the last one that we predicted was going to be in the back category is the saving 800 in gold in order to retire. I think that's the right translation. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the right translation. And yeah, this one is the anime about the girl that goes to an isekai, but she has the power to go back from the isekai, and she makes a plan to get gold from the isekai, which is their currency, and trade it in our world to get enough money to retire. That's the plot. That's a funny plot. I will not take it away from that. It's an interesting plot at least. It's breaking all of the marks from the isekai because the girl just keeps going back and forward. But yeah, it's a plot. Now the execution. I watched the entire anime for this. It was weird. It was weird, really. It was weird. This anime is not good, but it's also not bad, but it's also not fine. There is something weird with this anime. The basic plot is okay. The main girl is kind of annoying, but not that much annoying. It's really weird. I don't know how to pinpoint exactly what is the problem, but something in this anime makes it not be good. But also, the same something is keeping it from being bad. This one is really weird. I watched the entire anime. I didn't drop it, but I felt like I wanted to drop it during many episodes. And at the same time, something was telling me, "Nah, why would you drop it? You are here already." Era pra estar mostrando a tier list? Sim, era pra estar mostrando a tier list. A tier list está sendo mostrada. Eu sei que ela está sendo mostrada. Safe, safe. Flavinho, filha da... I want to see, I want this one. I want to do to go for more research here. Let's see where you are. I want to see what people said about this one. Because it's, man, it's really weird. I don't know how to opine about this one. Here. Yeah, the mean score is getting closer to the 7. So I guess more people enjoyed it. I need to read a synopsis. I have, yeah, one with the mixed feelings. I need to read this one. Sky Fantasy MCs. I will be reincarnated from being dead in real life to be OP, get myself a harem and the world under my oyster. Mitsuha. I'll be reincarnated from being dead in real life to travel between both worlds and be rich in the fantasy world by selling items from the modern day, all in an effort to earn 80k gold for my retirement. Do you remember a little show called Watashi Noryoku wa Heikishi de Te Ita Yone? AKA, didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life? I remember the name of this one, but I didn't watch this one. It was a show about an 18-year-old. Fucking Christ, the name side of this thing. Reincarnated into another world, and then I want to read another. At first, I will give it an applause for me to being money. I forget the most to the knowledge. Blah 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 blah. I started with the siblings with each other. Absolutely, Mitsuka is earning her own enjoyment funds. Blah 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 blah. That's a lot of tasks. The production's kinda neat, but still decent at best. Production feelings, yeah, sure. As far as shows, what is your overall opinion, my dude? You are saying way too much stuff just to say this show is mid. Only try the show if you want to experience something different from the Anisekai, but I wouldn't want to invest even a single gold coin in the show ever again. Truly is nothing special in this slew of hundreds of Isekai's novels and anime that the anime manga trade seriously overstroken. But props for trying to stand out from different somehow terms of so many Isekai shows and twins. If I were a god at this, it would just sit comfortably in the middle of the pack that's both memorable and not at the same time. I feel like I agree with this. This show is not forgettable, but it's not a show that I want to remember also. It's a show that I know it existed and I honestly don't want to go back to watch again. One time was enough. This anime is so much nonsense that it's kind of funny. Yeah, there is the funny part to it, but man, it's Mitsuha, at the end of the day, you are a weird creature. That's what I can say. You are a weird creature, Mitsuha. You were not bad, but you were also not good. Thus, I guess I throw you in the bottom of bad to the bottom of mid. Model fine. Mitsuha was just that. She was average. Not average in midways. Average in, yeah, this is a solid 6. I will remember the anime existed. I kind of wish I wouldn't, but I also don't really regret it. It's weird. But I feel like that's the best thing I could say for this anime. The guy, the review we just read basically said everything. It's an anime that is just another isekai trying to be different and kind of managing to do that, but not in a great way. Now for the fine ones. These two were reorganized here already, so we'll begin with the Fruit of Evolution. The second season of the Ape Isekai, as they like to call it. I believe I saw a score for this thing already. The true neutral of the true neutral of animes. I guess we could call it like that. This one is the actual true neutral. But yeah, now for the Fruit of Evolution, the Gorilla Isekai. The Gorilla Isekai, I didn't watch the first season, so of course I couldn't watch the second season. So we're gonna need evaluations here, unless someone in chat has watched the Gorilla Isekai and they can give me their 2 cents about it. But while no one says anything, we're gonna go here. The score for this thing is... okay. Yeah. That's a score. That's a score. What was the score for the first season? First season, you had... you were also not exactly good, but... it was better. Okay, so people really did not like the second season of the Monkey Isekai. Given I also question why the fuck this got a second season, so I guess it's only expected to be like this. Yeah, 5. I honestly didn't watch, but I can agree really well with the score. I agree 100% with this score. For a second season, man, yeah. You go to the trash bin, buddy. You're gonna go to the top of the trash bin also. You will not stay here. You are right here, right beside Legend of Heroes. Just because Legend of Heroes is the game adaptation, it deserves to be worse than you. Now for the next one here. Monkey. Moipon. Moipon is the cute girls doing judo things of the season. I wish I watched more of it, but I only watched one episode. But honestly, from the one episode I watched, I had enough. I was satisfied. It's funny, it's cute, and it's basically cute girls doing cute things. Nothing more, nothing less. It was decent in what it was trying to be. Don't know if maybe it got worse over time. I guess I should do a quick check just to say if it actually got worse or not. Let me see. Moipon. No, the main score. I don't need to show you guys, but yeah, no, I'll show you guys. The main score from Moipon got a solid 7, which for cute girls doing cute thing is the one thing that I would expect it to have, really. Had some drops, some completions. More drops that I would like it to have, but also there are a lot of blink watts here for some reason. But given my personal opinion, since it's one I want to opine on, it was okay, it was fine. It's cute girls doing cute things, it was nice, it was cute, it was funny, everything that you want to see in that. There were ippons being made, the judo part was present. So yeah, I say it's fine being the fine area, it's a fine anime. Nothing amazing, but nothing bad also. Gonna take a shower. If Handyman Saito isn't the best when I come back, then my subscribe will be cancelled. When you get back, yeah, we'll probably will be on Saito. Okay, yeah, you gonna hang on to that. Don't worry about it. Okay, the next one is Apple Sugar Fairy Tale. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale? Apple Sugar Fairy Tale, Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, one of these. Is these 4 words in some order, okay? A shoujo anime of the season. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale is a story about a girl that lives in a fantasy world where sugar sculptures are a exquisite thing, let's say like that. It's a royal thing, it's a form of art, a really appreciated form of art that uses it's not medical sugar, but it's a sugar made from a different type of tree, a silver apple tree, in order to make these confections, the sculptures and stuff like that. And the girl wants to become a master artisan. She wants to be a master of these sculptures like her mother was, to honor her mother legacy, basically. And she needs to go take part in a competition in order to gain this title. And to get there, she buys a slave to protect her. The slave is a fairy, because in this world fairies exist, and they are all slaves because plot reasons happen. I will not spoil much, but a war happened many years ago when mankind overthrew the fairies, and the fairies became slaves, basically. But this fairy is not a normal fairy, it's not a petite fairy like you usually see. It's a big guy, a normal stature guy, really hot, and hi daddy, basically. And it's a shoujo by the all standards. The girl doesn't want to slave the fairies. She wants to be friends with the fairy, but the fairy does not really trust her in the beginning. And she needs protection because she's going through a path that is really dangerous, and someone needs to protect her because she will die if she goes by herself. And the fairy does that. She does not want to order the fairy around, but the fairy goes the full cold mode, like, I hate humans, you are human, if you want me to do something for you, order me, or I will not do anything. If you don't pay attention, I will kill you in your sleep and get my wing back in order to be free, because the fairies are slaves thanks to their wings. And yeah, the girl does not want to order the fairy around, yada yada yada, stuff like that. She's a nice girl, she just wants to be friends. And their relationship evolves as the plot goes on. A lot of plot points happen. There's also a lot of misogyny going on in the world as she tries to be a professional woman in a circle of professional men only. It's a good shoujo. It's a good shoujo. It works well on the romance part. It works well on the empowered woman part. Like the main character, she is a strong woman. She will fight her own fights when she needs to. She will go against oppression and stuff like that. She wants to free. She don't want for the fairy slave system to continue. Stuff like that. It's a really good anime. It's a really good show. Because racism. Yeah, because racism. I say it's not fine. It's in the good area, but we have a lot of stuff in the good area that needs to go either up or down. So for now, you stay hidden here, just waiting for your place. But yeah, Sugar Fairy Tail, it was a really good anime. I enjoyed it. And we will have a second season. My only complaint about Sugar Fairy Tail is that... Apple Sugar Fairy Tail? Sugar Apple Fairy Tail? Sugar Apple Fairy Tail. I'm looking at it. My only complaint is that the last episode ended in a really abrupt way that it made obvious it should have a second season, because if there was no second season, this thing was shooting itself in the feet. But fortunately, they announced the second season right after the last episode aired, so everything is fine. Whoa, why is Nier in bad? Because the Nier anime is bad. That's the basic part, Pedro. The Nier anime didn't do anything that made me think, oh yeah, this is good. It's okay anime with a plot that is not really that interesting, and the characters are not really that interesting also. Only 9S. 9S is okay character, I guess. The 2B is boring in the anime. I don't know in the game, but in the anime she's boring as fuck. The plot is okay plot, but I can't tell for sure that it's not as the game. The game probably is way better. And then the anime overall is just, it's there. It's not even over. We cannot even properly judge the Nier anime because this thing got 2 delays in the animation thanks to COVID. But okay, let's move on to the next. Kaina and the Snow Sea. Kaina and the Snow Sea is the second CG anime of the season, and also another good CG anime of the season. It's a story about a guy that lives on the stratosphere, basically. The entire planet is covered in a bubble, kinda, and he lives on top of the bubble in a small village where only he and a bunch of old people live. And one day, a girl appears coming floating from below the bubble, because there are a lot of holes in the bubble. And she's a princess from a kingdom from the Snow Sea that I can see from the top of the bubble. Fair enough, Velvet. This princess came to the top because she wanted to find a lost sage that is told in legends in the lower layer of the planet, I guess. Because the sage is told to be able to make water, and the lower layer is in constant war because people need water to survive, and water is drying out everywhere. There are these giant trees where people live on. There you can see even from the top, because the trees are basically where the bubble is being generated from. And the trees are dying. The trees are drying out. The water is getting scarce, and war is starting to spread thanks to that. And she wanted to find the sage in order to create water to stop the war. But the sage does not exist. There is no sage. And she needs to find another way. Kaina decides to go together with her to the bottom layer to help her get down there, because she would die if she tried to get down there by normal means. And that's the plot. The basic plot, we go down and the story goes from this. It's a good story. Honestly, I don't have any bad things to say about Kaina. Only the kind of Deus Ex Machina thing that happened by the ending, but it was kind of entitled, so it's not that bad. It's a decent show. It's a really good CG anime also. The plot is really nice. The characters are really good. There is no character that you look, oh, this is a bad character, oh, this is an annoying character, oh, this, that. The bad guy is a bad guy because he's a piece of shit. The main guys are nice. The main girl, Ririha, the princess. Ririha is a really good character. Get down. Get down. Get down. Yuru maru seru setsu nai kimochi. Futari no ishou ni riku to the wind. 旗に抱きしめて、私に抱きしめて、遊ぼう時間 Okay. Now that my trigger got pushed thanks to Pedro, we can go back. But yeah, kind of overall is a really good anime. I don't have anything to complain really. Only the ending, there is this weird power going on, but there's a lot of political stuff going on in kinda, a lot of stuff related to famine that even real world has. There are a lot of plot points that happen in this show that are really important, are really relevant to society. This thing has some good methods going on, the animation is good, the story good, everything in kinda is really nice. It will have a second season as far as I am aware. And I'm hyped for it, honestly. It's beautiful, Wiki. What, kinda? Kinda is beautiful? I'll say kinda beautiful. Eu amo kinda. Cadê? Yeah, the people didn't give it a great score. It's a 6.7. I will not show because I'm just lazy. But people gave it a 6.7. I guess partly thanks to the CG and partly thanks to the last episode. Because the last episode, it was a little bit rushed. Like, the war was over and then 5 months of content happening in 5 minutes. It was a little bit weird, but honestly, I did enjoy it a lot. But fine, we are done with Kaina. The best dance in China country. I am the best dancer every chingling bling bong ever saw in their entire lives, buddy. I am the one that eats the binchling like no one else. But yeah, kinda, I will say kinda goes to the good area, but it will be either top of fine or bottom of good. I guess this final episode does make it deserve to lose some points. Now, next one is Tenten Kakmei, or Majirevo, or the magical revolution of the magicless princess and the something something. I will not remember the entire name, I'm sorry. Tenten Kakmei is the isekai. It's an isekai which only explores the isekai part like twice in the entire anime. But it's an isekai about this girl, which is a princess of a kingdom full of magic and stuff like that. And she has no magic. She was born without magic, and she just goes commando thanks to that. She decides, you know what, fuck this everything, I will do whatever I want. I will study magic because I still love magic even though I don't have it. I will make these magical contraptions. I will find a way for me to use magic. And one day, her brother, which is the prince, about to become the king of the kingdom, gets into a fight. Getting a fight is a nice way to put it. He makes a scheme in order to incriminate his fiancée, to make her lose credit because he wants to marry a common girl instead of her, because he's getting completely tired of the royal pressure and stuff like that. And the main girl appears, sees that Euphemia-chan is in trouble, and she saves her and decides to make her assistant in paper, because this is basically gay girls. She saves her because she's cute, and because she admired the girl since she was a child, basically. That's the initial plot. The plot of Tenten Kakmei is about these two girls. Euphemia, which is the silver-haired girl, learning that her life is more than just her obligations with her family. And... Is it Irina? It's not Irina. It's... Frick. What was the name of the blonde one? Anis Fear. And Anis Fear, the blonde girl, trying to cope with the lack of magic and falling through, getting past through every wall that she can in order to achieve her dream to be able to use magic in some way. And a story about how these two grow into each other, basically. It's good. It's honestly really good. As a fantasy anime, it's amazing. I would say it's a good isekai because it's an isekai that only cares about being an isekai in the last episode, really. Because of a plot part in there. But the anime overall has a really good animation. The story is really nice. There is a lot of stuff about overcoming overcoming hardships together. It's not about evolving as persons in this. The battle parts are really good also. The fight against the dragon was a really good animated fantasy fight. The anime has a lot of dubs. And also the biggest part of this thing, the gay girls are truly gay girls. We actually don't have only speculation, we don't have just shipping. The gay girls actually make out in the anime. By the ending. This is the selling point. This is what sold me out. After the last episode 10 and Kakume, this is a spoiler, but it's a good spoiler. Made this thing be, for me, one of the best shows of the season. Just because the gay girls were actually gay girls. On top of the good animation, the good story, the good characters, because Anis is just amazing character. She's really funny. She really carries the show with all of her aura, her energy. You can see that even inside of the anime, all the characters love her. The common people love her. Only the old guys that are obsessed with magic don't like her because she does not have magic. And there's also this plot point about overcoming this kind of political and civil oppression, stuff like that. But everything in this anime is really good, and the gay girls, man. The gay girls. In the end, the gay girls, as Giga said, the gay girls are what make stuff good, man. The gay girls made it. They overthrow everything and push it through to be one of the best of the season to me. Now, the second season of the archery anime made by KyoAni, which I don't remember the entire name. It's probably down here, right? I know it's not a bad anime, but not a lot of people watch it. Yeah, here. Tsurune. I mean, it's an 8. It's an 8. You can see. It's an 8. We don't need to say much more, right? The only problem with Tsurune is that not many people watch it because it's an archery anime. It's the second season. Detail. But it's made by KyoAni. If this thing is made by KyoAni, you don't need to argue anything else, right? KyoAni only makes bangers. There is no bad anime that KyoAni ever made. KyoAni is incapable of making bad animes. I want to just see what the scoring for Tsurune is here. Just to see. Let's see how it happened to be in this part. 29, yeah, it's because not many people watch Tsurune really. But the stats here, the stats are really good, man. A lot of 8s. A lot of 8 says a lot about the anime. Let's just compare how the first season is compared to this one. Pretty cool. I think this Yabai is OVA? Yeah, it's an OVA. I think this one is also... No, this one is the first season. Yeah, the second one is better than the first one. Okay. Everything that I needed to know. So let's go back for Tsurune here. Tsurune. Unfortunately, I don't watch Tsurune. I want to watch Tsurune, but it's just that thing. I didn't watch first season, so I couldn't watch this one. I want to say, given the score, that this thing is in the good place. And I think it's exactly what I plan on leaving it. But the only problem is that we have too much stuff in the good area. We need to start moving stuff down. We need to finish off the fine section to go to the good section. Next one, Handyman Saito in Another World. Handyman Saito in Another World is, oh my god, who could have guessed it? An isekai anime about this guy named Saito, which is a handyman. Wow, who could have guessed it again? He got isekai not because he died, he got teleported there. And in this fantasy world of dungeons and stuff like that, he turns from someone that only heard stuff like, you are replaceable, and you are not important, stuff like that, your work is not necessary, to be someone that got a lot of respect from his party mates, because his abilities are all really useful, right? He can open doors, he can pickpocket. He can open chests. He can how you say that again? He can rebuild armor. He can fix stuff. He can cook. He can do basically everything. So he's really valuable to his party, and people like him there. And it's just a nice show, really. It's just a really enjoyable show about a guy getting the recognition he deserves. Even the story of this thing, because the plot of Saito is made in a really interesting way, because the story is not a singular, it's not a linear story. During the first episodes, we have lots of short stories happening during the episode. I think every episode you have at least 4 short stories happening with different characters that you don't know, and you think, why am I seeing this? It's not like the story is bad, but who cares about these characters? So he's a rogue, basically, or a bard. He's not a bard because he cannot play music. I would say he's more like a rogue, yeah. But and then you see all these many weird stories happening, and they are nice, but you kind of I want more. I want to see more about Saito, right? I want to see more of the main guy story, and then all of the stories merged together into one singular story as a new dungeon appears, and every single character start appearing in the same place, and all of them start meeting each other and making friends or starting rivalries with each other. It's really nice. It's a nice way of storytelling. They make a lot of plot points mixed into a single one, and they all work together really well. There is no OPness also. This is an isekai, but there is no OP character. Saito's not OP character. He's just a handyman. He's handy, right? He can do a lot of things, but not battling, not killing. He can fix armors, he can cook, he can open chests, everything like that. But he's not an OP guy. He's just an average guy. And I appreciate this anime just because the main character is an average guy. He's just a really nice guy that is doing a honest job and getting the recognition he deserves, while also getting lots of friends. The last episode of the thing is basically saying, oh, see how Saito, everyone in the city respects Saito because of the small things he does that make a difference. Stuff like that. It's really nice, really enjoyable. And also Raelza, one of the best girls of the season. Not the best girl on my stream, but honestly, maybe if I was making the best girls of the season now, I think Raelza might have been the best one. But Raelza is just a goat, man. And then her together, and she together with Saito are just so cute together. For scoring, I don't know if I want to throw Saito in best or good. Yeah, that's how much I enjoy the show. I don't know if Saito deserves to be in the best one or in the good one. I think as a feeling good anime, Saito can be a best. And that's the thing, Saito did everything right. He can balance the feeling good part with the action part really well. There is a really great balance between every part of the story this thing wants to have. Even emotional part. The last two episodes have a nice charge of emotional going with them. Not anything to make anyone cry, but they have their way to make something fun. Something funny, something sad. And also the dick jokes. There are a lot of dick jokes in the anime. There's a fairy, they compare the fairy with the size of a dick every single time. Saito talks about the size of his dick when talking with the old guy, and Raelza just keeps thinking if she can fit the side of the dick inside of her. There are a lot of dick jokes going on in this anime. And as a man with the head of a child, I love my dick jokes, you know? So I guess I will leave Saito in the bottom of best for now. Next one is the ice guy and his school office partner? I hope I got their name right, but it's basically the ice guy and the kudere girl. The ice guy and the kudere girl is a plot about this guy which is a descendant of a Yukiona, which if you don't know is basically ice woman. And he can generate ice, and he generates ice every time he's nervous or despair or something like that. Every time his emotions are 10 of 10 of best anime? What, for Saito? I don't think I would say 10 out of 10, but Saito is a solid 8 to 9. Quinta série, let's go! As piadas de pinto fizeram a quinta série interior estourar. É, por causa das piadas de pinto, é um anime 10 de 10. Yeah, the guy, every kind of high emotion big emotion he has, he makes generate ice in some way. And he's getting a new job in this generical company place, because every adult anime must make generical companies for people to work instead of normal places. And there is the girl, which is a normal human, and she basically is a kudere. She does not show many emotions. People always thought she was really calm, really collected, really unexpressive. And it's true, she is. But she's also really nice, right? Behind her facade of cold girl, she's a really gentle person. That's a basic thing. And yeah, the entire plot of the thing is basically the guy got in love with the girl and he's completely falling for her, and the entire, it's not simping, but the entire show is him. You have ice powers and you chose to work in an office. You see, because Japan. But yeah, the entire plot is okay. The entire anime is just the guy obsessed by her. Oh, I love her so much, and making a blizzard. And obviously, she also starts to like him, but she's not aware of that because she never liked someone. And there are some other couples in the background for people that work together with them. But it's cute. It's a cute anime. Their relationship is cute. The anime by itself, the animation is cute. They are cute. I don't personally like the opening because it's just using scenes from the anime, and the ending because the ending is just one single art. But that's details, right? It's not like it matters that much. But the anime overall is cute. It's nice. I don't think it's good because no couple was made by the end of this thing, even though everyone is supposed to be fucking each other by the end of the thing. They are all adults. The way they are acting with each other, they should just find a room already and fuck. He could do anything, literally anything else. He could solve the ice melting, but no! Office work! Gotta sell my soul to corporate! That will make a difference! Imagine using my ice power to solve big world problems when I can work in an office and make a blizzard happen inside of that because I am simping for my colleague. What's the best way I could use my powers other than this, people? But yeah, it's cute, but I don't know. The fact that they don't get together, even though it's obvious they want to get together, is something that I grew too old to enjoy in anime, right? Every romance anime is like that, basically, but I am too old to actually look and say, yeah, this is fine. No, it's not fine. Fucking get a room already. You people are what, 22 years old? You should be able to at least convey your feelings in somewhat decent way. So yeah, it's a cute anime, but overall, I don't think it deserves to be over fine. I think it's in the fine area, not a good, it's only in the fine. Top of fine, sure, but not over this. Now is this one, the second season of The Blessing of the Gods Upon Us. I think that's the name of the isekai. Gold tier list because of the Saito Flavin. Yes. Eu queria jogar Saito mais baixo, mas eu não consigo pensar em nada pra reclamar do Saito. O Saito é só muito bom. Okay, which one? This one. Kamitachi no Hirowareta Otoko, second season. By the Grace of the Gods 2, that's the name. Okay, score 6. 6 close to 7. I would like an opinion on this one, Flavin. I think you watched this thing, right? Do you have something to say? Why do I see the stats? Because I didn't watch? Yeah, seems about mid, really. Seems fine from the scoring. Seems exactly what I would call fine. Didn't watch, didn't care. Nice. It seems to be worse than the first season. Given only the score, it seems to be worse than the second season. That's everything I can say. Let's see if we can get some more details. Grace of the Gods. Here it is on 31, and it was always here. People just didn't really care a lot about it. There's a lot of plain watch. Yep, there are a lot of plain watch because people didn't start watching this thing. But it seemed interested to me. It seemed interesting to you? Because this is basically just another feel-good isekai, right? It's just an isekai that is a boy got there and he's just taking care of his life, doing something. I don't know the details, right? That is, it looks like just a feel-good isekai instead of a generic OP guy goes and gets a harem and yada yada and amazing power and Demon King and he will kill the Demon King because he's really awesome because he has the power that God gave him in his previous life. And yeah. No, yeah, it sounds like just fine, really, yeah. Yeah, I think this thing stays in fine. Should be fine? Yeah, I guess it should be fine. It stays in fine. Let's keep it in fine. Anything against OP Isekai characters? Lots of things against OP Isekai characters, Flavin. Lots of things. You know that really well. How many things I have against OP Isekai protagonists. Unless they are funny, lots of things. And now finally, the last one we thought it was going to be fine. Flavin, whatever you might have sent, I only see a black square. Okay, the last thing I thought it was going to be fine 3 months ago. The new season of Bungo Stray Dogs. The 4th season? Yeah, the 4th season. So yeah, Bungo. YouTube emojis. Face red, drop eye. Okay, yeah, now it appeared. The 4th season of Bungo, adapting the beginning of the arc of the hunting dogs. For people that read the manga, know what that is. Fine. It's a fine. It's easily a fine. It didn't cover the... I mean, it covered one of the big parts of the arc, which is the incrimination of the detective agency part. They covered that. But they didn't get much far ahead. They basically just went to explore up until the casino part, for people that read the manga and know where that is. They only got to the casino part, which sounded like lack of proper scheduling for the script. Because the opening of the season is showing a fight that happens in the arc, but only after the casino part. For some reason, they made the opening showing a fight that was not going to happen. The opening was even showing a character, Akutagawa. It's Akutagawa, okay? The opening was even showing Akutagawa on it, like he's important for the arc. And Akutagawa does not show in this season. He only shows after the casino part. So it's really weird why they made it like that. I guess it's only for the Fujoshi bait. But yeah, overall, like every single season of Bungo, I mean, like the 3rd season of Bungo, because the 2nd was still okay, it's just fine. They did not do a great job for the manga here. The manga is still better. They building the hype, yeah, but that's the problem. The 3rd season, they were also building the hype. Because the 3rd season was a build-up of the hype for Dostoevsky, which is one of the main guys from The Fall of the Angels, which is the big bad organization that we are handling in this season. And Dostoevsky was building that season because his schemes are what are making the plot of the 4th season happen. But they did a build-up which led to this now, which didn't feel like a big build-up because we are already getting inside another big part of the story, because it's the hunting dogs interacting now. Even Dostoevsky, though he's the brain behind everything, he's not shown much, so the build-up for Dostoevsky was not really amazing. If the 3rd season had ended when the detective agency got incriminated, it would have been a better ending for the 3rd season, because it would build the entire hype for how would they handle this in the new season. And this new season now would have ended with the fight that was supposed to happen thanks to showing in the opening. So it's just, you know, a lot of build-up for stuff that could have happened before. And the only reason why they don't happen is because they waste 3 episodes of the beginning of the season to show stories that are not from the manga, they are from the novels that the author writes or something like that. Which, if they are not in the manga, they are not crucial for the story. We don't need to see them. But yeah, fine. Anyway, I say Bungo, it's on the fine. At least the opening is good, but again, the opening is always good, right? And from the stuff we have here, what do we want to reorganize? Nothing really. I think this is the exact order I want stuff to be. I would throw you under the cute girls doing cute things just because they are cute girls doing cute things. But I think, yeah, that's the order for fine, really. I just leave them here for now because I think stuff from over here in the top will go down here sooner or later. I guess for now we can leave kinda here in the top of fine. Yeah, let's leave kinda there for now. Just to open space. Now for the good parts. For the stuff we predicted was going to be good. These 4 are not them. These 4 were already reevaluated. The Isekai... The Happy Farming Life Isekai was predicted... For those who were not here, the Happy Farming Life Isekai was predicted to be a mid-show and got here because it's really good as a feel-good show. And the Campfire Cooking Isekai got thrown from also mid to here, thanks to Mappa building up the hype for this anime to the absolute max. Now for the stuff that we didn't talk about yet. First one is Revengers. Revengers is a story about people taking revenge for others. Wow. Simple, right? Basically, this basically is these well-trained people that take revenges for people that are not able to do their revenges in exchange for a beaten golden coin. That's the thing. They are basically mercenaries. They are taking revenge. They are killing people for others and being paid to that for that. Revenger equals trash. You are equal trash, Flavin. Revengers, the plot is simple. It's not an amazing plot. And the execution is what you would expect for an anime with this plot. So what really entices this anime is basically how the action goes and what kind of subplot happens. And it's really good, honestly. It's really decent. It does exactly what you expect it to do. The animation, it's really good. The revenging happens a lot. You know, a lot of people die, and yeah, they shoot. That's what you expect to see in this anime. The anime is giving you what it said it was going to give. This anime is basically you read in the menu in the restaurant. Okay, this dish is a fish with tartar sauce and potatoes. You got a fish. You got a plate that had fish with tartar sauce and potatoes. You got exactly what you asked for. There is no extra condiment. There is no extra pepper, nor no extra salt. There is the tartar sauce is not lacking something inside of it. It's exactly what you expected when you went into it. This show is exactly that. Everything you expected to see when you read the synopsis, it's here. It's not lacking in any way. It's not giving more in any way. It's just that. It's revenging. The plot is okay. The plot is interesting. Some of the characters' stories, I mean, the 2 character stories that were presented, because we actually don't know the backstory of 3 of the 5 main characters. That actually is a bad thing now that I think about it. Yeah, now that I think about it, the character developed for this thing was quite shitty. Yeah. Let me. I want a second opinion. Let's see what people gave the score for this anime to be. Revengers. Where are you, creature? Here. People gave this thing a 6.6, almost 7. Here. A 6.6, almost 7. I gave it a 7, and most people gave it a 7. It's just that. It's a revenge anime. There's nothing much to say, really. The not recommended, fun, recommended on mixed feelings. Yeah, okay. I will not read that. But yeah, it's just exactly what I said. It's giving you exactly what it said it was going to give. It's not giving much more. The character development, it's lacking some parts. But the action is good. The animation is good. You see people getting killed, and basically that's what you wanted to see when you got here. Is it good? No, I don't think it deserves to be the good area, but it's fine. It's a solid fine. It's a solid top of the fine to me. Now for the next one. The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. A show about the perfect girl starting to take care of her neighbor because he helped her. He gave her an umbrella in the rain, and when she saw his apartment, the place was so disgusting, she needed to get inside there and clean it for her own well-being. For her own well-being, mental well-being. Basically, that's the plot. And then they start interacting lots and lots more and end up developing romantic feelings for each other because, of course, they would. That's the plot for The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. I predict this thing to be a really good show of this season because I'm expecting it to be really cute. And in parts it is really cute. I know many people consider this anime to be one of the best of the season. I know even in anime training, this one is the one that is staying in top 1 for the most of the season. I don't know for how long, but it's staying there for a long time. But my personal opinion, this show is not great. It's a fine romance anime. It's cute on its moments. The animation is honestly not really good. The animation is okay at most. There are some parts where it's kind of bad. But it's that thing. The main is a relationship between high school students. when you think about high school students, I imagine people with lacking many skills, like not knowing yet how to properly have a relationship, or not knowing yet how to interact with, I don't know, the opposite sex, stuff like that. And actually, more than that, people that act like teenagers. The main girl, Mashiro, I think. Anyway, the angel. She is just a perfect human being. She can do everything. She's beautiful, she's athletic, she can cook every single piece of thing there is in the planet. She's adorable, but she also imposes herself. She's basically every troop throwing together into one. She's not... The only thing she's just not perfect because she's not a tomboy. And she does not have abs. That's the only thing that makes she not be perfect. But she's just a sugar drop. Like, she's just a piece of sugar. Everything she makes is just adorable. The main guy, the interactions that they have are just the epitome of diabetes. The main guy, he's a piece of shit most of the anime, honestly. He's not a good character, he's okay. He's the generic, oh, I don't really care, but I am nice kind of guy. Right? He's just a guy that is not, he's trying to act like he doesn't care. He's just the generical trope of the guy that is not emotional in any way. He's not invested in anything, but he's a nice person. That's the entire trope of the character, and you basically spend more than half of the anime waiting for this motherfucker to realize he actually likes the girl and stop just trash talking himself, because some people used him in the past. It's not like he had a big trauma for bullying or stuff like that. Some people just use him because, oh, you have money and we're gonna act like you are our friend in order for you to buy stuff for us, and then say, oh, you are not really our friend, you dweeb. And he gets a gigantic trauma because of that, and starts thinking he's a piece of shit, and takes fucking forever to realize this girl likes him, and he likes this girl, even though everyone already realized that, even she. So yeah, it's a really moe blob, really, for me. This anime is a gigantic moe blob. It's a cute anime, but it's not a good romance anime. It's a cute anime. Some people find it really cute. Honestly, I did not enjoy it. Honestly, personally, I found this thing to be really lacking some points. It's just that thing. I grew too old to actually enjoy slow-paced romance in anime, because I just find it way too absurd to actually exist. Actually, no, I'm moving stuff here, but honestly, for me, you are here. I find Tsundere to be a way better romance anime than the Angel Spoils Miroten was. Now for Vanus. The second season of Vanus. Which I have no fucking idea, because again, I didn't watch the first season, so I cannot opine on anything here. What people thought about you. You do not have a high score. That is not an amazing score. Yeah, it's a miserable 7. I know the first season of this thing had almost 8, right? Yeah, maybe not that much. But 7.3 is still higher than this. The stats for you are most 7s, yes. A good quantity of 8s. You are not over yet. You are not over yet? Oh, you are? Yeah, you are not over yet. That's why there are not many completed. Okay. Fine. But given only your score up until this point, since I have nothing to say about you, I'm gonna just throw you back since you are not with a high score. You're going to the fine zone, okay? Bye. Now Nagatoro. I have to watch this yet. I know, Flavin. I just saw a plan to watch with your name in there. But now for Nagatoro. Well, Nagatoro did exactly what I said it was going to do in the season. It stopped being just a bully teasing anime and started to pen more to the romance side. Let me drink some water. This did exactly what I said it was going to do. Got more focus in the romance. Started to have less bullying. There was not senpai crying for bullying this time. If you get to the second season of Nagatoro, you overcame the toxic relationship and you now are getting close to actual actual wholesome content, actual nice romance. Still not an amazing romance. Again, I would say that Tsundere was a better romance anime than Nagatoro was this season. But it was okay. It started to get better. Nagatoro started to get more open with her feelings. There is the entire evolution of both characters to wanting to improve themselves, to be nicer to each other. Like Senpai, oh, I want to focus in my art to be more nice to you, and Nagatoro starts following back a dream because Senpai encouraged her to do that. She starts to actually be more direct also. No, I want to kiss you. Yes, I want to kiss you. It's not a joke. But she doesn't kiss because she wants to win a medal first and stuff like that. They are escalating in order to get into a proper decent romance. I would call this a good one for this season. Hard to say. Hard to say. I guess as an anime, Nagatoro improved more, way more compared to the first season, and now, if the first was a fine, this one is a good. But at the same time, do I think Nagatoro is better than everything else that I throw down here? I even said, I think Tsundere as a romance is way better than Nagatoro. I guess not. Here's what I'm gonna do. Kinda, you come up here, Nagatoro, you come to the top of fine. I think Nagatoro is the top of the fine. Improved a lot. The anime always was funny, but there were some really weird moments in the anime. Now they're not that many. It's more just nice fun and stuff like that. The coziness is also really good. The romance got better. I say Nagatoro stays in the fine right there. The next one, well, not kinda. The next one is Bofuri, second season. I didn't watch Bofuri in the first season, so I have no idea. I know people like Bofuri, and I kind of want to watch Bofuri because it sounds something right along my alley. But let's see, the score for this thing is 7.3. The first season had a score of 7.5, okay. So it's a little bit worse than the first season, but then again. Not many... Oh, it's not over yet. It will only be over by the end of the month. Only in 2 weeks this thing will be over. So yeah, it's fine. Like the score will still change. For now, at least, let's see the drops. Just the drops. The drops, 3,000 drops is a number completely irrelevant compared to 69,000 watching. Okay. That's everything I needed. Fine. Okay, Bofuri, just because I don't watch it, I can't say it's that amazing, so I will leave Bofuri in the bottom of good, but I think Bofuri should stay in good. Also, let's start reorganizing stuff here. This is not the proper order, we're gonna reorganize properly late after this. Let me also just pull everything here to the side in order for Trigon to stay inside now. Next one is Spy Classroom. Spy Classroom is an anime about... Spy Classroom, oh. Imagine Assassination Classroom, but instead of kids, many kids, you have only... That's a spoiler. You only have 7 girls that were trained to be spies, but were lacking in their training. They were the outcasts of their schools. And they got reunited in this one place where the best spy of the planet will train them in order to finish an impossible mission. Which is a mission with an absurdly low % rate of being accomplished. That's the basic synopsis. It's by all means a waifu anime. It tries to sell itself with the waifus, like, 7 girls. So, it's selling itself on that. It's not even a harem one because only one of the girls even does something remotely related to romance with the one guy that they have in there. And the basic synopsis and basic plot sounds interesting enough because you think, okay, yeah, another one of the offsprings of Spy Family about spy shows. We have one right by its side, right? Another offspring of the Spy Family, a revolution of spy shows coming out. And you expect, okay, yeah, every girl has their own ability, they all are masters in something, they can do something like that. It has potential to be really interesting. And it fails at that. Because the plot is garbage. Really, the plot is just garbage. They have the main focus of the thing, the impossible mission, is accomplished on the 3rd episode of the anime. The 3rd episode is over already, the impossible mission. Then they decide to make the 5 next episodes, 5 or 6, I think 6, to be flashbacks about the time before the impossible mission took place, to properly explore the characters of the girls. Instead of doing that, before the impossible mission, they decided to, no, let's make this a flashback. And then they go for another impossible mission, which, yeah, it's okay, but you actually don't see much of the actual part because you are seeing a detour of it and stuff like that. It's the script for this thing is weird. The storyboard for this thing is weird. They decided to tell this anime in an order that I don't really understand why they decided to do it. They had potential to do something more interesting, but they failed miserably at doing that. So, and also the characters, you don't really care about the girls. Like, it's a waifu show, so they want to sell themselves with the waifus, and the waifus are really meh. Only Lily is kind of nice. Only Lily is a good one, really, and I guess the red-haired one. All of the other ones are quite shallow. I guess, yeah, the tomboy one also is well explored, I guess. But only the girls that go for the second impossible mission are well explored. Even the ones that had episodes just for them, they are not really that relevant. Given most of the girls that got episodes just for them are the ones that went for the second impossible mission. From these 8 girls here, I think 3 of them, I said 8, 7. Out of the 7 girls, 3 of them never got fully explored. And the anime decided to try to finish with a cliffhanger where one of these girls that was not well explored is doing stuff. Doing stuff that you were not expecting. Trying to see, oh, but why is she doing that? We never learned that much about her. Why is she acting like that? Trying to emphasize, trying to hype up expectation for a possible second season, which doesn't really work because you don't really care about the girl and none of the characters really that much. So yeah, you have that. So Austin Powers trying really hard to be 007 with none of the funny and all of the booba. There is some funny. The anime has some funny moments. I will give it that. But yeah, kinda, yeah. So for me, Spy Classroom, it's either a bottom tier of fine or in the bad, really. Because I read some opinions about Spy Classroom that other people had, and everyone basically saying the same. It's an interesting plot betrayed by a terrible story. Or some stuff like that. An interesting plot betrayed by a terrible terrible script. Some bullshit like that. But yeah, overall, it's, I guess, fine. But the bottom tier of fine, the real bottom of fine, wanting to go to bed. This thing is trying really hard to go to bed. It's either the top, it's the bottom of the bed because it's the worst, the least bad one, to the bottom of fine to be the worst fine. And now we go for the second spy show of the season, Buddy Daddies. The show about the two mercenary spies, stuff like that, adopting a child and taking care of her. Goat. This one is a gold of the season. This show is amazing. Buddy Daddies portrays in a really good way how a child actually is. Anya is nothing close to what this girl looks like. What was her name? Eddie, right? Eddie-chan. Eddie. Anya is not even close to be a good daughter character compared to Eddie. And not Eddie, Miri. Miri is over the top as a proper daughter character because she acts as a child would. She destroys stuff, she paints in the walls, she laughs at stupid things, she likes processed food because it's processed food, but someone says it's made with love and then she likes it. She just wants to play all day long. She's a proper child character, she's a proper daughter character, and this thing portrays in a really good way what would happen if two single dudes decide to take care of a child, which is basically chaos, which is what I said in my video for the season. But yeah, this show is really funny. The interaction of the characters with Miri is really good. The two have sad backstories related to their families, and Miri is a bridge that makes them realize family is something that can still be appreciated. Family is still something that should be looked for. Something that you should strive to have. This kind of relation, even though it's not related by blood. It's a really cute show, it's a really funny show, it's a really awesome show because the action, when there is action, is also really well made. They are mercenaries by the end of the day. They are killing people, they are shooting people, they are invading people, they are doing a lot of stuff. But everything in this show is made in a good way. The ending is really good also, the rating is really amazing. I really love the ending of this anime. And overall, really solid, a really solid show. For this season, which is not amazing in many regards, Buddy Daddies was easily one of the GOATs. Yeah. Next one here, we have the 4th season part 2. The part 2 of the 4th season of Danmachi. Also one of the best of this season. Man, I got in a point in my life that I am actually saying good stuff about Danmachi. That's weird, man. But yeah, the second season, this part 2 of the 4th season of Danmachi was amazing. They did an amazing job storytelling what was happening in the dungeon, because Bell was separated for his party, right? So they did a great job showing the party separated and how they were handling the crazy dungeon, but how Bell was also dealing with the lower floors together with Shimpu. What is the name of the elf? God, my names are escaping me here. I remember her name, but the name is just getting away from me. It's Leon, right. How Bell and Leon are dealing with the bottom layers of the dungeon while the people under level are dealing with the other part. They do amazing storytelling. They skip it on boring flashbacks by making all the backstory about the Leon's prior family, the Astria family, be told in the first 2 minutes of each episode, so you don't have boring flashbacks happening in the middle of an episode or entire episode dedicated to boring flashback. You have these really short takes of how her original family was, not breaking the emotion of how the story was going, not breaking the hype of what was ending in what was happening in the episode. Every episode was ending in a good cliffhanger. They did an amazing job here, honestly. It's hard to believe Danmachi managed to be this good, but it was truly this good. Now, the next one is Tomo-chan is Just a Girl. For Tomo-chan is Just a Girl is weird because I dropped Tomo-chan is Just a Girl because I hate it with a burning passion the main guy. But, having said that, I watched 4 episodes and I read the ending of the manga. Just a sec. Okay, I need to eat a cookie, I'm starving, sorry. But yeah, having said all of that, I dropped this thing because of June. I didn't drop this because of the anime itself. The anime was honestly exactly what I expected. It's funny. Many of the characters are entertaining, like Tomo and her friends are really funny. But I'll say it's basically just that. Tomo-chan is trash because of Jun, the rest is decent. So you want me to throw this thing in the top of the trash bin? Is that what you're telling me? No, Tomo-chan is decent, right? It's funny. It can be funny when it wants to be funny. The interaction of some characters is really good. The main problem of the anime, honestly, is Jun, man. Because, like, the main plot, the basic plot of the anime is bad. The basic idea where the anime builds itself off is bad. Because the plot is the guy, Jun, not being able to tell Tomo is a girl. Jun not, treating her like a girl as she wants to be treated. And this plot by itself makes no sense. Look at Tomo. There's no way someone... Jun acts like that, because we know Jun can recognize she's a girl. But it's so bullshitty. Like, look at her, the big titty, the girly reactions when she's together with him. You must be so stupid to not realize, even for a fraction of a second, that this girl is a girl, right? And how girly she can be. Even her friends can realize that quite fast. But anyway, it's funny, it's okay. I don't think it's best. No way in hell. Because there is Jun. But I don't think it's fine. But I think this goes back here. I think Tomo-chan deserves to go to the back area of the good animes. Not all the way to the back. All the way to the back, we still reserve for stuff that I didn't watch, so I can't really say much. So you guys stay there. I say Tomo-chan stays right on top of the Farm Isekai. The Farm Isekai is really good. And Tomo-chan was really funny. I say it deserves to stay in there. Maybe behind it? I don't know. Since I dropped it one, and the other one I went back to watch because I enjoyed, I say this is the proper order here. And yeah, everything else here is... Yeah, the good ones are what I think they should be for now. I think Sugar Apple Fairy Tail, Sugar Sweet Nightmare. Sugar Apple Fairy Tail is probably the second good one, and Trigon is the best good one for sure. With the ones we have now. Now for the last part, the ones that I said were going to be the best of the season. First one here, we have Tokyo Revengers, which I'm not watching and only introducing here because the fan base of Tokyo Revengers hyped this thing like crazy. Now that we are here, bye, go to hell. Next one. Next one, The Vampire Dies in No Time. Do you want me to elaborate on this one? I don't watch this thing, I don't read this thing. But I am aware the score for this thing at the moment is 7 point something. It's way lower than the first season. And I know, I have a friend that read the entire manga and he hates with a burning passion the ending. So I will just throw this thing bad already, I don't really care. Now this one, Kyuketsuku wa Sugu Shinu. This one is special. This one is special because I predicted that Kyuketsuku wa Sugu Shinu would be one of the best of this season, based on the first season. The first season of this anime is a really underrated anime. It's really funny. There's a lot of comedy going on everywhere. It's really, really funny. And the second season, it's kind of... Yeah, it's good. Put it in good, it's good. Exactly, Fabio. The second season is good. The second season was still nice. But it was a little bit lacking. Right? The second season had the comedy still in there. The comedy was being well used. But it was not as good as the first. I think the problem with the second season is that they overused too much of the old characters. And like, there are many characters in the first season, especially the vampires, that feel like they should be a one joke thing. Like, there is a vampire that makes people get naked if they lose in a jockey pole game with him. That's the power of the vampire. He makes people undress every time they lose them. The Yakuken vampire. This is a character that is just the essence of the character is the essence of a character that should be present in only one episode, right? Is something that should be a one-time thing because it will not be funny after one time. There is one vampire that makes everyone wears lingeries, hypnotizes people and make them wear lingeries. Also, something that you will look and think that's a one-time joke, right? And he's a recurring character. The problem with the second season, to me, is that they reused too much of jokes that didn't need to be here. The jokes were still good. Many jokes were still good. The anime was still amazing. John was still the best armadillo the world ever had. Many stuff like that. But I just feel like they kind of overused some jokes. Like, compared to the first season, I was not that hyped to watch the new episodes when they were coming out this season. When I decided to watch the episodes, they were good. You know, after I bring myself to watch the anime, I loved the episode. But I couldn't think, there is a new episode of this now. I want to watch it? No, I don't really want to watch it. So yeah, I say this one goes for good. We also have a special special mention for this one because there is this really nice person, Theo0320 Angela. She commented on the first stream. She commented on the seasonal video, specifically talking about Kyoketsuki wa Suzugushinu because she likes the anime. And she appeared on the previous stream also talking about it. I'm sorry, Angela, but I hope if you watch this, I hope my points made sense to you. Why I think Kyoketsuki is not the best of the season, but it's still decent. Since we have a viewer that is especially related to this anime, I think it's worth to give them a mention. But yeah, that's not all the way back here. Wait, no, we are not all the way back there. I didn't watch stuff. The stuff that I didn't watch should not be ahead of you. Other comedy, you are still better than Tomo-chan. I feel like it's here. Yeah, I feel like it's here. The next one is Onimai. My brother is now my sister. Onimai. So, every time we make one of these tier lists, one anime is thrown here as a joke. Like, I put it in the best as a joke for some reason, like, oh, because it will be really amazing for some reason or another, and actually I'm just bullshitting. Onimai was just that. I threw Onimai here, jokingly saying this anime was going to be peak comedy because the guy got turned into a girl and he's a hikikomori. But honestly, for real, Onimai was probably the best anime of the season for me. It was out of every anime here, I guess other than Tenten Kakume and Vinland Saga, the one that I wished the most to watch, the one that I got the most hype waiting for a new episode to come out. Not because the story was amazing, nothing like that, just because it was really funny. It was really funny and really well animated. In the same way Bocchi the Rock was animated last season, I feel like the animators for Onimai really wanted to step up their game and show how much they enjoyed what they were doing. Because the manga of this thing is way less extravagant than the anime, in the same way that Bocchi is. The anime was really hype because the animation was really hype. The comedy was being really thrown there thanks to animation that was going on. So yeah, Onimai stays in the best, and it was the best comedy of the season to me. It was really, really good for me. And the next one we predicted here was Kubo-san will not let me be a mob character. Or Kubo-san will not let me be irrelevant, something like that. A really cute show. This one is the cutest show of the season easily. Isn't that... It is on that margin, is in that category of animes of teasing shows, like the girl that teases the guy she likes. But Kubo-san is probably the most lighthearted out of all of them, because Kubo-san never teases the main guy in a way to provoke him or anything like that. She just wants to get his attention, and she does that in really cute ways, not like, let's say, Uzaki, which trash talks a senpai, or Takagi, which straight up makes a stupid joke for the guy that gets embarrassed because he's dweeb and I don't know, stuff like that. Not like Nagatoro, that straight up makes the guy cry. This one is just really wholesome. And just the plot is just that. It's just a guy with zero presence. No one cares about the guy. No one realizes he exists. He's even a legend in the school. The people say if you actually manage to see him, you get lucky in the day. Because no one realizes he's there. He has that much of a low presence. And the girl realizes he's there. The girl notices him every time. And that seems to be something that her entire family has. But yeah. And it's just a cute interaction because this guy with no presence and thinking he has no value, and this really cute girl that likes him and just wants to keep just stay together with him, basically. It's really fun and really cute. She's dubbed by Kana Hanazawa also, so that throws the cute meter all the way to the top every time she talks, every time she speaks. But unfortunately, this anime got bombed because it got delayed. After episode 6, the anime got delayed for May thanks to COVID. So the anime did not end. The anime, we can't conclude our thoughts on this anime. From everything I watched, it was really cute, really fun, really everything. But I think it's not one of the best up here. Maybe. If it is one of the best, it will be the bottom one, just because it's not over. Everything that I watched thus far is really good, so I guess it deserves to stay in the best. But not high in the best. Yeah, I will not bring you down. I think you deserve to stay in the best. You were really enjoyable. And the last one, finally. The last anime here is the second season of Vinland Saga. Honestly, stays where it is. Vinland Saga was easily the best anime of the season. It's not as energetic as the first season was, but the entire season now about the evolution of characters of Thorfinn, the storytelling that's going on, how how Thorfinn changed after the war, how Canute turned it after the war, stuff like that. How the story is evolving now in order to get to a higher place, how the characters are changing after the entire prologue and all of the fighting they had in the first seasons. The entire storytelling of this thing is amazing. The depiction of how the times were also based on the historical events of this thing are amazing. How people use it to live, how you treated farms, how they use it to do stuff, the animals they needed to farm, the technology they had at the time. All is so well depicted. All the characters are so well written. There is nothing I can complain about this season of Vinland Saga. As a story, this is the best anime of the season. And since I am a sucker for stories, I say Vinland Saga stays as the best one of the season. Anyone that complains about Vinland Saga not being so energetic, not having that much action as it had in the first season, and for that reason it's bad, they are out of their minds. They are dweebs, they are coomers that just want to see blood being thrown everywhere and cannot appreciate good storytelling. If you want to go see just blood being thrown everywhere, please be my guest and go watch Revengers. If you are only able to enjoy that kind of thing, go watch Revengers and leave Vinland Saga alone. It's not for you. But yeah, now to organize stuff in the best. Tentei Kakume, Onimai, Buddy Daddies, Yu, Saito, and Kubo-san. That's the order, to me. The best anime of the season was Vinland Saga, no doubt. The second best was Tentei Kakume, and then Onimai comes in third because it's the funniest anime of the season. This is our top 3, everything here is nice. Having said all of this though, this is the final score, this is the final ranking I have for everything in the season. Having said all of this, and we have a lot of shows in good and a lot of shows in best, right? This season was still probably the worst season I saw in many years. What I mean with that? I said a lot of stuff was really stuff was good and stuff was best. But if we bring all of this season and let's say throw it on the previous one, the one where we had Bocchi, the one where we had not Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was older than that. But let me remember what else we had. The one where we had Bochi, the one where we had Urusei Yatsura, the one where we had the second season of Chainsaw of Spy Family, we had Chainsaw Man, we had Blue Lock. This season is so weak compared to that one, as an example. And even a prior one to that, the prior season, we had Yofukashi no Ta, we have Jashin-chan Dropkick, we had Made in Abyss. Or even prior to that, we had the first season of Spy Family, we have Pirate Kome, we have Dance Dance Dansur, we have yada yada yada. Every season from last year was so much more interesting than this season. These shows, the top ones from this season, are good. They are good, sure. But if we were in the prior seasons, and these shows had airing those, I don't think, other than Vinland Saga and the painting of the season, Onimai, none of the best ones would be the best ones. Most of the good ones would not be good. Like, if you were talking about season from last year, everything behind Kaina I would have thrown to be fine. And Kaina would be the bottom of good. Together with Sugar Apple Fairy Tail. This season was really weak. And I can only imagine it's because it's the first season of the year, stuff is still getting ready. We had, for example, we had Attack on Titan in the season, which is not exactly accountable here because it was a special, right? So there was good stuff here. Vinland Saga is here, Attack on Titan, I are here. Tentei Kume and Buddy Daddies were really good for this season. But yeah, as a season, this one was still probably one of the weakest seasons we had in a long time. I think even the first season of last year probably was still better than this one. Not that I can say much because I don't remember much of it because I didn't make a video for that one, so I don't remember many of the animes that aired on that one. But yeah, this season overall was okay. It was a fine season, but it could have been better. Like, way, way better compared to many seasons that we had before. Having said all of this, that's the stream, guys. This is the final ranking. Let me know what you thought about this ranking in the comments, in chat, if you want to. If you go back to watch the VOD, you can skip to this and tell me what you thought about this. I would love to know. If you think something should be thrown in a different place, something should be thrown in a better place, something should be worse, something should be best, let me know all of that in the comments. For everyone that was here during the stream, thank you for coming by. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for keeping me company here also. And now we're gonna finish this off. I'm Wiki. This was the stream, and I hope to see you guys in the next thing I make. About next streams, we're not gonna have a stream on this YouTube channel, I think, for at least 2 weeks. I might do something by the end of the month, but for now, we're not gonna have any more streams. I need to start getting ready to make the season 5 minutes video. I am also making another video, but that video will probably not come out up until the ending of this month, actually. I expected to make it come out earlier, but I just did not have the time. But this week, I will throw a short talking about the Kizuna Ai anime, so you can watch that if you want to. About other streams, I might be streaming on Twitch this week also, as usual on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm not sure if I will stream on both days, because I need to give some focus on some other stuff that I'm doing. So this might be a more slow month for the channel, like the previous one was, but at least the previous one we had shorts and streams, stuff like that. This one might be a slower month for the channel here, but we're gonna still have content as usual. And yeah, that's basically everything. AMQ Awards when AMQ Awards. If the AMQ Awards are still going, Flavio, because I thought that was just a April Fool's thing. I don't think there are AMQ Awards anymore. But if we go for AMQ, it will be on Twitch, because if I try this on YouTube, I will die. But yeah, anyway, now we're gonna finish off the stream. Thank you guys for coming by. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Consider subscribing if you didn't yet. Help me out. I'm Wiki, the Weeb, and I will be weebing again in the next thing you see me doing here in this YouTube channel. Now, if you excuse me, I will go grab dinner. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you in the next thing I make. Bye bye, Wiki, out.